hitting music. What's up, everybody? Isn't that very dramatic? Like, no one there, but you can hear me. And now I'm gonna bring everybody else in. We're lagging out live. Yeah, we just like upgraded to one more handsome person in the group here. He's back. Please welcome Hiro.
And I'm bringing more guns.
He's making guns great again.
Say again, Oni.
Welcome to hell. Please welcome Blacklight Oni. And the only guy that runs at 60 frames a second, please welcome Soda Pop.
I see he's done a little bit of model redesign.
Cool. And of course, I am Chieftain. Hi. Yeah, he had to do that extra design because the last place New York Yankees are playing the first place Houston Astros. And like the second I get on, not a hello. You want to make a $50 bet with the game?
Yep.
Like, do you just want me just to give you the money first? It's just like, But yeah. Welcome, Magma Soldier. How you doing today, kind sir? Thank you for showing up. As you guys know, we are lagging out live, and we lost 2 more follows last week.
Of course we did.
Yes, we are the smartest podcast about gaming that you're not watching. And it's very intimidating to people that are stupid, I guess. So they unfollowed us. So screw you guys. I'm going home. No, but anyways.
You're already
yeah, I am. I'm just happy that everything's working and I have all these like colors that don't match in color theory. Like, why do I have teal with a dark blue back here? It makes no sense, right? So anyways.
Monochromatic.
Yeah, there we go.
All those words and phrases that I don't know about art. I pretend to understand art things, but I like art.
Well, mono would mean what?
One.
Right.
Single.
Chromatic is what?
Color.
Right. So one.
Well, technically light.
Hue. Yeah. I always tell my students.
That's why.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
I always tell them use hue instead of color because it makes yourself sound smarter. Go ahead, Oni.
Ooh.
Black and white is technically not monochrome. They're not considered monochrome. They're there's another phrase for it, but basically they're tones.
Yeah, they're tones. Yeah. They're values. Tone is as defined a picture could have a certain tone. Either there's a darker tone or a lighter tone. Value has to do with color. There's a little bit of a UXI 105 for you guys.
Speaking of, Chieftain,
so
are
welcome
you
back,
familiar with Unity?
Yes. The game engine, yeah.
Yes. Well, of course you're familiar with that. That's a dumb question. The more realistic question is do you happen to have any self-study materials for said engine that I could snag off of you at some point?
It's just it's in my brain. I don't have anything that's like written down. Unfortunately, I don't have. It's just in my noodle.
So you're fucked.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you asking for? I'm sorry.
Unity.
Self-study materials for Unity.
Oh.
I've got a couple of individuals that are asking, not the least of which.
Oh, okay.
And maybe some Python, which I don't know that you would know some Python.
Yeah, Python is a programming language, and the extent I use with Python is copy paste. I'm like,
fair.
In 3D software, it's kind of like a history thing. It tells you the code, and all I'll do is like, okay, if I don't want to do those same 8 steps again, I will copy it into a button and make a script, and then it'll just set up my lighting for me or whatever the scene may be. I'll just essentially go to Python or Mel, which is my encrypted language.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But guys, welcome to Lagging Out Live, where we talk about nerd stuff. So you guys, it's a very mixed bag tonight, but we always have a mixed bag because we all have different superpowers. Some people like D&D, some people like movies and Star Wars and visual effects, and sometimes we do it from a educational point. Sometimes we are critical, sometimes good, sometimes bad, depending if a particular company or game fucks up. Mainly, like, as we all agree with Oni, the last few years, like, AAA title games have been a giant disappointment. That's pretty much a consensus over the whole group here. But
some of us like running around in a loincloth and hanging from a tree like a lunatic. But hey, we won't blame you for that one, Chief. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry. I pretend I'm in Roman times. I'm trying to like hide from the lions because I'm a Christian. So, but anyways, here is our PSA.
Attention. The preceding content is intended for mature audiences. Opinions and views expressed on this live are not necessarily those of Lagging Out Entertainment, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or any of its sponsors or advertisers. Viewer discretion is advised. If you're under 18, get the fuck out.
Thank you so much, Natasha. So there's two of us in the state of Florida, and we are both safe because essentially this is the path of that hurricane. Was kind of fearful of Hiro and myself being on two different coasts of the great state of Florida. So we figured, hey, Hiro, let's go outside and just have a conversation. And the hot air coming from the East Coast and the West Coast, since it's a high pressure system, because we're high pressure people, it squeezed right in the middle of the state and missed both of us, so we both survived.
It was avoiding the bullshit.
It was basically avoiding the bullshit. Two big mouths that go well together. We're
I was just gonna go with, it was scared of the giant bullet that I had.
There we go. It was scared of my mouth because I was like, you better not be camping, bitch. So yeah. Also, QR code. What does this do? Soda?
Gives us money.
Remember?
Give us some money. Oh, I gotta get some more money.
Yeah, the greatest nation is a donation, and as we know, your dollar is not going as far as it did.
No,
years ago.
I was telling Hiro I went to order Taco Bell. It was $32. Like, what the fuck is going on?
For one taco, what is it? Gold plated?
No, it was for a meal and a couple of tacos, which normally would have costed what, like $10 back in the
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about my trip to where I was?
Wow. There was this UFC guy in Hawaii, and he was a UFC champion, and he was getting interviewed, and he's like, yeah, basically Hawaii is a socialist communist state now. It's ridiculous. They're telling us what to do. It's like, no, we're the bosses. We tell you what to do. And he's like, got these public. It was like awesome. It was an awesome thing that he did. He's like, the guy was pretty stand up guy. Is pretty cool. But anyways,
BJ Penn.
Yes, that's it. BJ Penn. Thank you.
Well, yeah, he's so rich. He owns like half the fucking place. So.
Where was this again?
In Maui.
That's completely wrong. Hawaii is so red.
Actually, their governors and both their senators are Democrats.
So.
Yeah. Except
and every municipality.
Except every presidential election they've been red.
I'll bet you $50 that you're wrong.
Well, like I bet you capitalistic there. I'm sorry.
I bet you the last two election cycles they went blue. I'll bet you $50 right now.
Could be.
Do it.
Do it.
No balls.
Am I lying? Am I full of shit?
No balls.
Let's see.
No, don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Let's see.
No. You can't look it up.
You want proof. You want proof.
He's trying to make the bet first.
Yeah.
He's trying to make the bet, but like what Soda does to him, I'm kind of having a similar reaction. I don't just give money out. Sorry, I'm not communist.
He's not your sugar daddy. Go find someone else.
Give us some fucking money.
He's looking it up now. Should I put the thinking music on there?
Because I'll tell you right now, they're gonna be voting very, very, very much opposite this time.
After this time, yeah, definitely right. What's up, Badger? I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart. Homie's not feeling too well today, so I hope she feels better.
2024 election cycle, they're going to vote blue. Give me a fucking break.
Talk about history and everything like this. How's this for a segue? This is a great first takeoff point now that we're talking about this stuff. Welcome to guys, Lagging Out Live right here, and we're going to talk about this little genius right here. This kid is a smart cookie.
Oh yeah,
They've been voting. They've been voting blue since '84.
Thank you.
But I'm sorry.
I'm right for once.
Wow.
I bet the people there are kind of changing their minds now. They'll be a little bit more capitalistic and more.
I don't know. I was just there. Everything about that state is capitalist. I was just there.
I think you kind of have to be. You're like, oh, you want your hair braided? That'll cost you $1,000.
You want a hamburger and fries? That's a $30 meal.
Yeah, my friend used to live
I mean,
there.
you have to remember. Sorry.
No, good. Go ahead.
It has to get to the island somehow.
Yeah.
So shipping it there, let alone if you're going to farm it on the islands, which good fucking luck because of how specialized a lot of those species are. You're not going to fucking do it.
Now, I'll give credit where credit is due. I'll put it that way. Yes, they have to import just about everything to that island. But I was there. They have cattle farms.
Well, I'm sure they do, but
and
I mean,
my God, so many damn
amount
wild
of tourism. But the tourism,
yeah,
can it keep up with the tourism? Now maybe I'm just old school, but maybe don't piss off a nation who was started as, just like most other cultures, a warrior nation. Their first king was King Kamehameha. Do not fucking mess with them.
Thank you, Michaela.
It's fucking theory.
Yeah, like I think, was it just pineapples, macadamia nuts? There's not a lot of stuff that they grow there, but tourism should subsidize some of it, but I'm sure it doesn't subsidize all of it, like Oni was saying.
There's plenty of shit that they grow.
Honestly.
Pineapple, coconut. Pretty sure they probably grow mangoes and papayas. Pineapple.
Yes. I don't think mango. But yeah, I actually, while I was there, I paid a visit.
Yes, it is. Yes, mango does. I can tell you why I know this.
Tell us
okay, so there was a show. There was a show on the Food Network called Good Eats with Alton Brown.
Good Eats.
And he did some specials, just fun episodes that were a little less like his typical show profile. And one of them was a spin-off of what was it, like Castaway? He makes where the guy made Spalding, a little head out of a Spalding basketball. Except he did one with the coconut. And he's like, I'm on this random island. I haven't seen people in days. I have to survive. So he's doing like ceviche and, digging a hole to make his refrigeration. And one of the notes was about mango because as a joke, he pretended to burn the wood. You absolutely should not be burning mango wood because in its sap is a chemical that is released from the sap into, the air when it's burned, and it produces incredibly powerful itching sensations all over your body.
Yay.
Probably because mango has such high acidity, it's physically eating your mouth. That's why after a while, I can't eat mango because it feels like I'm chewing on glass in my mouth.
That sounds delightful.
So mango does grow on Hawaii because it turned out he had landed on Oahu. That was the whole joke. They actually went to Oahu for a thing, but
yeah, Oahu.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure mango grows on Hawaii.
But
oh yeah.
And the context of me saying I'm not sure is I don't remember mango being mentioned or seeing mango at the Dole Plantation, which has like the majority of what grows on Hawaii.
You went to Dole. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Banana Republics.
But that being said,
salmonella.
there was a lot of things I did there, including some hikes. I hiked Diamond Head. I hiked Wanoa Falls. By the way, those hiking trails are pretty crazy. They escalate in difficulty quickly and challenge very quickly. I went from hiking on a sidewalk-sized path to a path that was just slightly narrower than the width of my shoulders, and took a look off to my left and realized that I was far enough up the mountain that I was on a sheer drop. I was like,
oh.
But yeah, I had fun on my off time, so
that's good.
Yes, and by the way, genuine Hawaiian shirt, of course.
Nice.
It's a Quagmire shirt. All right.
But anyways, on to the topics, because we're eating up a lot of time.
No.
Yeah, Hiro's back.
So we'll be here till about 2:00 in the morning if you want to stay and hang out with us.
I'm gonna fix that problem right there. Anyways,
who this we is.
So over the earlier this week, I can't remember. It's been a long week. I coming back was crazy. I'm still tired. This kid right here, his name is Jared. He goes to a school that decided to kick him out of class for having a patch that displayed the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, the Gadsden flag. The teacher attempted to say that this flag was related to slavery, to which this kid's mother clearly declared, no, it is related to the American Revolutionary War, as in freedom, as in the history of our nation. And you're wrong. There was a couple of developments over the last few days since we picked this topic. But before we round about to that, I'd like to kick the ball into Oni's court. What do you think?
I can't get over how botched people like to make history. It blows my fucking mind. It had nothing to do with slavery. In fact, some of the earliest renditions of the flag had a segmented rattlesnake in 13 pieces. I wonder why. It's almost like it was all planned. So if you're going to make mistakes, at least have the common courtesy to accept the criticism. You are not the end-all be-all of knowledge. I guarantee you, most of those kids could easily Google that shit on their phone. And trust me when I say, if you are going to teach them wrong and you're going to purposely raise them however way you want to think a certain way, you are. I have no problem in saying you are evil. You are purposely lying.
I was going to go with
and to teach something wrong when men, women, and variations thereof died. Colors, creeds didn't fucking matter. They died for these ideas. You to say some stupid shit like that. I fucking refuse to sit down with that. So take that rattlesnake and let it bite you right in the fucking ass. So good on you, kid, and good on you, parent, because
we have the video.
Not offensive.
Yeah, that video is kind of long. It's about, usually his videos run about 12 minutes, give or take. So
that's okay.
Oh, yeah, I know who this is.
Yeah,
it's the quartering, but yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Soda. What do you think?
I think we need to keep shit like this out of schools. Like, let the kids explore while they're young. I don't think teachers should. It's kind of like me and you, Joe. We shouldn't give our political views to college students, not enough freaking kids. It's stupid.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, like what I usually tell people when I'm teaching, I go, this is what this is, this is what this is. What do you guys think? And that third part is what a lot of professors in academia don't do. They they teach at and not with,
or they talk down.
Students.
They'll talk down to their students, like,
right. And I go, what do you guys think? Well, this is why fascism is bad. I go, okay, those are good points. Okay, why is the opposite end, as they say, why is socialism bad? It's like, well, this is why this is bad. It's like, well, there are two sides to say. They go, would you say those are extreme? Yes or no?
God, I wore so many.
Yeah,
and I would say I wore so many shirts back in like 6th, 7th, 8th grade that I would probably be on the news every fucking day. I'm just saying.
I'm so glad there was no social media when we were kids. But let's take a look at the video really quick.
To steal it back briefly, as I said, there was about 2 or 3 developments over the week since we picked this topic. Like, legitimately, this kid got kicked out of school, and then the first follow-on was the governor saw the recorded video. It was recorded in secret by the kid's mother and posted on
that's
social
what this
media.
video we're going to look at now.
And the governor comes out of that state, and if I recall correct, the governor happens to be blue and said, hey, this is very incorrect. And he gave the history lesson himself on social media. And then the follow-on was the kid was interviewed by Ben Shapiro.
Also, Jesse Waters on Fox.
Yep. And
hey, Ben, come on our show.
The kid
that'd be awesome.
Put everybody in their place. He literally said, it was such a quaint line because he's a 12-year-old, so he's not going to say fuck around, but he literally said fuck around and find out. He said, well, they messed around and well, now they found out. I'm back in school and I'm allowed to have my patch. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah. Basically, that's what it was. But we could have done that at the end or in the beginning, so that would have been a good wrap up, but that's okay. Let's play it. It's from the quartering, by the way.
The Gadsden one. The Don't Tread on Me. Okay.
That's the teacher in the back, guys.
Okay. Yeah, it has nothing to do with
he does a meme startup.
The Revolutionary War patch that was displayed when they were fighting the British. Okay, I am just here to enforce. No, I am here to enforce the policy that was provided by the district. Okay. And definitely,
no, you didn't, you fucking liar.
You have every right to not agree with it.
It's fucking awesome. The quartering
is an interesting story.
It's so great.
Coming out of Colorado.
That's good enough because we'll hear the whole entire story. I don't want to steal his views or anything.
Right? Yeah. But it's funny because that. Go ahead. Sorry, Oni.
No, go ahead.
The teacher in the back was just like, I'm just enforcing the policy. No, you're enforcing a policy that like you don't know the history.
You're not uneducated.
Educator.
Right.
Yeah. But go ahead, Oni.
Yeah, go ahead, Oni.
And then Soda.
No, it was just that I'm pretty sure I am familiar with the song that was used. So I'm pretty sure I know what genre that one is. That's dark industrial music. So good taste on the meme music.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't fucking lie. If you're gonna try to pull some actual fascist level shit there, don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're being recorded. Just don't do it. If you're going to be a dickhead, be honest about it.
Honesty.
You had no problem treating me like that earlier. Why change? Oh, wait, it's because you know you're about to get called out in front of your colleagues, your peers, and your bosses. I see how it is. Yeah, very cute. Very, very cute. Very insulting. But, hey, go keep teaching children wrong. It's okay. Right. It won't bite you in the ass.
It gets better. It gets so much better. The kid.
We should 21 Jump Street Oni and have her go into a charter school and have them try to pull that bullshit on them. And she's like, first of all, you can go fuck yourself. And like, you can just see her just go fucking ape shit. It's like, you don't know. It'd be so great. Like a kind of like a Chris Hansen thing, like hidden camera shit, like when they're in their glasses. Oh, it'd be so great. Lagging out exclusive.
So
But go
it
ahead.
gets even better when during that interview, the lady, she tried to say it was slavery related. Then the mom corrected. And
I
then the
love
mom
that.
goes on to say, hey, this would be fine in your policy if it said all patches were banned, but now you're just banning that one patch. Now, if you were to say no patches were allowed, then I'd understand and we could follow along with this enforcement. And the kid pipes up right then and there and goes, well, the pride patches and pins are allowed, and you're
Right.
telling me I'm not allowed to do this? And the teacher just death glared the fuck out of him.
Oh yeah. What side of the aisle are you on, girl? You know?
Clearly.
Here's my thing. It shouldn't fucking matter. You're
shouldn't.
getting butthurt over a child.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You are seriously intimidated by a child. That tells me how immature you are.
Grooming them.
The child is abiding by the rules. And you know what? I as long as you don't have any pornographic or
right.
aggressive, like criminal implication level shit on your person or whatever, you're following the dress code, it shouldn't fucking matter. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to wear your pride patches, fine. If you want to wear your American patches, fine. If you want to raise a certain battle flag that keeps being depicted on a rectangle even though it was actually a square, no.
Right.
No, gonna have to say no on that one. I think we all know why. But that's
That
because
one's gonna be
everyone
up
knows
behind me
why.
next week.
Now, obviously, if it's a history class, they need to be able to identify it. Kind of important. You need to know what it looks like. But he's following the rules. If you don't like the rules, that's on you. And if you change it, it will be an absolute fucking admission that you knew and you're just butthurt. And isn't it hilarious when an adult gets butthurt by what a child has done? You know,
Oh yeah.
back in my day, when we followed the rules and didn't necessarily prove the adult wrong, but we made a point, the adult might get a little, their hackles might be raised a little bit just at the, well, shit. But then they'll look at you and go, okay, no, that was well played. I salute you. Good job.
Get shit on,
Ask
kid.
my dad how I got started bleaching my hair back when I was in high school. Same fucking thing. I played by the rules he gave me. Did certain things happen to align just right for it to play out? Yes.
You don't have natural blonde hair?
Oh God.
Not even close.
That's a revelation here, I think.
But no one ever.
I'll be completely honest. I still don't know what her natural hair color is. However, I've been
brown.
so used.
Yeah.
I've been so used.
It's literally on the sides of my head.
I'm just so used to seeing different colors that it never occurred to me, and honestly, never mattered because I always thought your hair was cool.
I do appreciate that.
I thought her natural hair color was teal because it looks good on her. It just works well. The brown one, that's the tan cowboy hat you want? Okay. I gotta make that to
Going for the
80,000.
classic.
80,000.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and wrap this one up in a nice little pretty package. This kid, honestly, he came out, 1, based, 2, he came with the facts, and 3, the school later backpedaled at the end of the day, saying,
charter school, by the way.
Well, we didn't take him out of school for that patch. It was actually one of the gun depicting patches on his back. And he goes, wait,
Doubt.
That's
which
Second
one?
Amendment.
Doubt.
It was all the ones that were gun depicting were Second Amendment related. In fact, one was it depicted St. Michael, and the patch in particular in question was the Firearms Coalition of America patch. Again, What's your point? It's
Hiro
the
hates
Second
guns,
Amendment.
Okay.
as you can tell there.
Right.
He can't stand guns.
I will say I could understand someone being concerned about
Mhm.
firearms depictions
I
on
could agree.
patches in a young school.
I could definitely
However,
agree.
if you didn't specify it, you could also make the argument, well, what's the difference between like swords from like old Scottish emblems? The Scottish emblem for Macmillan, which is one of our family names, if you go up far enough, is two hands coming out of the ground grasping a claymore. Would I not be allowed to wear that because it depicts a weapon? You could argue it's historic.
Yeah.
So I can understand, but if you need to go, hey, that might be something we have to address later. But as of right now, you're allowed to. That's all you can do. Welcome to negotiation.
I would add on some context to that.
Please don't.
The Jesus. The
Whoa.
Firearms Coalition of America is an association that
Created in
Obviously-
1942 and was it?
You're right. Let me go get my notes.
I'm not going to go into that much detail. All I could say is that they support the Second Amendment. They are all about safety and education about firearms. I mean, it is supposed to be a house of education. Just the thought. In fact, back in Professor Soda's day,
Whoa,
I would
dude.
venture to say that the NRA had classes where they taught marksmanship in high schools and middle schools.
Yeah, I think one of his teachers was
George Washington.
Colonel Custer.
Yeah, me and him talked to the aliens together. Because without the aliens, we would have never won the war.
So we know he learned carpentry from Jesus.
Yeah, and I showed him the magic tricks.
All right, which is going to be in our. Here's a little bit of a promo. We're going to have the best of Twitch clips. Everybody here is going to have their own video with their best ofs. So I've been doing that the last week, by the way. But yeah,
I'm putting a bow on it. I'm done.
yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. And I would love to talk about this topic with Soda, but he doesn't watch episodes until they're completely irrelevant,
Series?
not relevant anymore. But the episode 3 of Ahsoka, they call it Tano Tuesdays on Disney Plus. Hashtag Tano Tuesdays. I found that on their hashtag on Twitter. I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm so proud of myself that I remembered the last name. But I was looking at the actual character, the live action character, and the character from the animated series, and the paint on the face is different, or the marks on the face are different. But I noticed that, but I figured, live action, they get a pass.
Yeah.
So episode 3 was about they were acquiring information to find. Ahsoka acquires information from Hera. General Hera Syndulla, is that how you say it? On information where the warp engines, not the warp engines, wow, the engines were going.
Whoa,
and
dude.
it was like there were these they were trying to find they found out like there has been like they've been sneaking technology, but to find Thrawn, which everybody knows before the show even started. Like, does Grand Admiral Thrawn actually exist? Is he still alive? And that sort of thing. So that's what the whole episode was about, finding where all these engines were going to go to intergalactic space, light speed. And then there's a little bit of Ahsoka training Sabine. Apparently, I found out this episode, and they hinted around to another one, she doesn't have a lot of Jedi Force power. And I'm like, why this bitch being trained? So anyone can be trained as a Jedi? And I'm like, I was all confused, but the dialogue makes more sense. You can see here, that's actually her. It's like a Photoshop. It's her on the left and right. They do this. They do the Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, put the shield over your face, use the Force exercise in this one. A little homage to the original movies there, that they were doing some similar training techniques there. But this one went particularly quick. So a lot of like battles and stuff like that. Here's a clip.
Missed. I had them, but missed.
Don't worry about it. You'll get another chance. We got 2 more incoming.
Dead ahead. I'm gonna split them.
Ready?
Ready.
Now!
Woo! I got one! Good work.
Great shot, kid. Don't get penisy.
God.
Grow your hair back up.
Right? But even that shot sequence reminds me Millennium Falcon, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker type of thing there. Like there was a lot of callbacks there for the old school fans like me. Like, oh, I love that callback. That's a really cool callback. And I'm not giving up anything in the story because I don't want to ruin it for Soda or Hiro or anybody in the chat. But I want to, if this one was pretty interesting. After the second one, I didn't want to see more. But after the third one, I want to see more. I'm like, all right, where are they going with this?
Cool.
So I thought it was pretty fun. It was entertaining. There's a lot of stuff in there to unravel. I would suggest you guys watch it. Spend that 30 minutes or was it 43 minutes there, and get a chance to watch it. But you guys know that I love Rosario Dawson to like a fever pitch here. But
No.
But Oni, I think you'd really like it if you had Disney Plus. I think this is something you would probably enjoy.
I've been told. I've got a coworker who loves Star Wars, especially apparently their big thing is collecting weird memorabilia. So they're a very particular type of collector, and they've been watching Ahsoka. They watched Kenobi. They watched obviously like every episode of The Mandalorian. That's their thing. And of course, they're saying you need to get Disney Plus or mooch it off of somebody or something because you can catch up on stuff. And the thing is that we were talking about what leads up to Ahsoka because it's not a standalone.
Right.
Well, if you want to understand it, it's not a standalone. You could watch it if you didn't know anything, but you will be very confused. This is not, I mean, crap's sake. They had one of the actresses watch Rebels to make sure she knew what was going on. It's called doing your homework. So cheers to Dave Filoni on making sure that happened. But there's just so much backstory that we're in agreement that Ahsoka is not going to be a show for everybody. It's definitely catered towards those who watch everything or read everything or catch up on everything going on. So, I mean, I'm sure that it's good because, one, I'm sure if nothing else, watching the costumes, the characters,
What's up,
that
Kazoo?
all play together, probably a lot of fun. But from what I've heard, the story's okay. And yeah, we're only in episode 3. I know a lot can happen after episode 3, but regarding what you said about Jedi and not having a lot of Force powers, I mean, there's more to being a Jedi than Force powers. That's
what she said in the show. She said that in the dialogue as well.
Refresh me. Was that in reference to Ahsoka?
No, it was reference to her Padawan. Her robot actually said that she's like the worst student he's seen in 1,000 years or something like that. And it's just like, and like Ahsoka says to the robot, it's like, why would you say that? He's like, well, it's true. So she doesn't have the Force powers, and Ahsoka actually said what you said, Oni, was pretty astute of you. It's like it's more than having the Force. It's more about the person than the Force. So,
well, if you look at the history of the Jedi and the Sith, that's kind of what made sense. It wasn't always about who was the most capable or Force able. It was who was able to unite everybody. Now, with the Sith, yes, it wound up usually being the strongest.
Yeah, it's more.
But that was not always. It was not always the case.
Yeah, it was always the strongest or the most, in the case of the Sith, scheming.
Charismatic.
Yeah.
But so with the Jedi, at the time of the Republic's fall, the Jedi would take children who were usually in infancy by sensing them through the Force and decide that child should be a Jedi. And the weak ones are kind of forgotten. One of the only species who got a pass was usually the Zabraks, because they age faster to maturity than most humans. Their adulthood is 16. So sometimes they would be recruited at 2 or 3 or even, 5 or 10, but they're mentally more aware and cognizant, so they would make a better student. But they're one of the only races that do that. But also, Zabraks have sided with the Jedi for a very long time, way back in the Old Republic, and way back even before there was ever a Republic.
They're basically like the Great Danes of a humanoid species. Like they only have a shelf life of like 10, 15 years. Like every other humanoid is like going to be like 300 years or 80 years or something like that. They're like their shelf life isn't that much, so they get it accelerated. No,
that's not how that works. Zabraks age faster. Zabraks are like Saiyans. They age.
I don't know what's.
They reach maturity.
Okay.
Saiyans
he wouldn't
from
understand
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Okay.
They reach maturity faster, but they are in their prime for like 3 or 4 decades. And even after that, they're still pretty fucking good. But also, if you are strong in the Force, you tend to have an extended lifespan.
Ah, gotcha.
So that also can change things. But back when the Jedi were first forming, like as in the Jedi.
Jedi or
it wasn't about
Jebediah? That I think that's an
the
Amish.
Jedi.
An Amish Jedi, I think. Jebediah. Yeah, or is.
They were about the well-roundedness in themselves, whether it was their abilities, the Force, their battle prowess, everything like that. So you can have the mindset of a Jedi and not be a Jedi, okay? But you can also have the mindset of a Sith without being a Sith. It's kind of like a square is a type of rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square.
Mm-hmm.
So and especially after the fall of a major government where most of your friends and family are dead, you kind of stop looking at things in black and white, especially when you had to walk away from it. Because remember, Ahsoka never became a Jedi master or a knight. She was a Padawan and she left. So she's not going to be teaching Sabine in the most traditional way. She's going to teach her in the heart of what the Jedi are, but not necessarily to the letter of what the Jedi taught.
Right. Yeah. Understood. Yeah. She got up to the point where she was about to do the trials, and then Anakin went dark side, and that was the end of that. But I don't know if this is something. Soda, you said you were going to watch this?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it, sure.
Yeah. So the description, that's actually a map that she's holding in her hand there. It's a 3-dimensional map right there. But that's, I think, already established in other shows, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
and
they actually had those 3-dimensional maps. They used those as far back as like Knights of the Old Republic. They actually had those looks exactly the same. So,
yeah, it's like a Rubik's Cube.
Hang on,
of
are those? Would they be Wookiee star maps?
I believe that could very well be, but I have not seen that.
I can't answer that one way or the other because I don't want to reveal anything from the first episode. But it's kind of like a Pandora. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube. You have to like open it, like you have to line up the lines or something like that, and then it opens up and creates a star map. But yeah, this I can definitely not reveal the context of this image because that's an episode 3 thing. But it is a still, and you could take what you want from the image. I'm not going to tell you shit about it. It's just
I'm not going to say shit about it. I can already tell what it is.
It's pretty cool. This scene is fucking cool. Like the scene that she wears this in is fucking ridiculous. It's so good. I'm like, all right, like, okay, she's established already. She's a badass, but now like, okay, now she's more of a badass. Like, it's like a hat on a hat, you know, it's just like more. But yeah, Hiro, did you get to watch it or no?
No, I have not had the opportunity to watch it yet.
All right, so let me spoil it for you. No, just kidding.
I can say, in relation to all of it, I have heard both sides of the coin on this one. On the one hand, I have a friend that probably sounds, in context of Star Wars, sounds very similar to Oni's friend. He,
just like a non-ticker says. Welcome, Ticker, by the way.
Ticker.
He is so steeped in Star Wars lore. He has read expanded universe books. He has watched all of
kind of like how
stuff.
Oni is. Like she's very versatile in that stuff.
He's read all the comics. He's seen all the movies. He does have a lot of similar criticisms of what Star Wars has become as I do.
Yeah.
But he is not. He has not become jaded about it. Like he is outright called that. In order to understand Ahsoka, you have to have watched Clone Wars and Rebels, and they say that he says that Ahsoka is like a continuation of Clone Wars and Rebels and continues that story, and he is going gaga over it. On the other hand,
that part. So.
I have a friend, other friends that are like, it's I've lost. They straight up say I've lost the love for Star Wars. This doesn't strike me as good anymore, is what they're saying. So
well, you hate everything. I don't know.
That's not from me.
What?
That's not from him.
Oh, sorry.
And no, I don't hate everything. That's somebody else's job.
And I'm saying his name wrong on purpose. Liam Nielsen said that Star Wars fans are a cult. He went on the record and said that this week, and he can go fuck himself.
They can be.
Why does that have to be a bad thing?
But then
he's saying it in a negative way.
Yeah, I was going to say they can be a cult. Star Wars fans can be a cult, but then that goes with just about anything.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that
he said every fan, like, that's a cult. He's like, it's at a cult level now.
They eat cats and worship Sasquatch. Oh, wait, no, that's Badger's cult.
Oh, jeez.
What are you going to say, Oni?
They cult like it's a bad thing all the time.
One more time.
Sorry.
No, you're good. They say cult like it's a bad thing all the time. Arguably, some people have a question about which branch is the best in the American military.
Yeah.
And the thing is that some people may be inclined to say the Army is the best branch. And you know what? Sometimes I'll let it pass. Because without a doubt, the Marine Corps is a fucking cult.
Yeah.
And we are proud of it. But we also have to be the best branch, so suck it.
Suck it.
I was thinking about another podcast where the main host is a Navy guy, and we had a falling out for in 2016 for obvious reasons. And,
that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I won't mention
how just never mind.
Yeah, I won't mention this podcast because we actually do better than he does, and we only been doing a live for a year, and we get more views than they do. But on YouTube. But yeah, it's like every Navy person I talk to has that almost that same thought process, but as far as what their beliefs are, but Marines are a little bit more sporadic in their views. Not sporadic, but they actually have different. I don't know. Every Marine person, every Marine friend I have is different, and they're not like lockstep.
Yeah, I work for the Men in Black. We're kind of different.
Yeah, I'm a gray Jedi, so Magma Soldier, you better watch out, buddy.
I will go on the record saying
if
that I
that's
have a friend.
promise or if that's a threat, we're about to have some very colorful conversations. Some of which may not include so many words as, let's say, interpretive dance moves at high velocity.
I don't know in what context you're using that.
You don't
response to.
You don't need to know, and you probably won't be around long enough to find out.
I don't know what I said. The second part or the first part?
You're dead.
Don't sing it, bring it.
Anyway, so I've got a few friends that were
Mr. I am.
So I got a few friends that would disagree with you on traditional Navy views. However, I'll add into that I'll disclaim that statement with the military as a whole draws from a diverse group of people known as Americans. There are as many views in the military as there are people.
Well, the thing about the branches is I think give each other the business, but at the end of the day, they're all on the same team. So
they give each other the business.
I will, Oni, take this as you will. I will pick on you, Oni, all day, every day for the rest of my life. But my God, if somebody outside of our circle of friends decides to pick on you, I am kicking them in the teeth.
Yeah, that's the same. That's how we all are, I think. Like, wait a second. Oni and Chief are going at it's like, no, like you guys suck, and then we'll both turn around in 2 seconds like, well, you could go fuck yourself. Like almost in tandem, me and Oni would probably do that. Like it happens all the time. Like we'll give each other shit to the point and then it's okay. Or like I'll hear a month later. But Hiro goes fact. Yes, definitely fact. Speaking of Blacklight Oni, I can actually hit the button because it is her segment coming up.
Whoop.
I love that graphic.
It is fucking sick. Let's be honest.
But yeah, there we go.
So, yeah, this is kind of a mixed bag of stuff. So, this is a little bit older than what I'm used to. Yes, I did play Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but again, I had a child-sized brain eating Pop-Tarts at the time that this game was coming out.
Pop-Tarts are delicious.
So, Pop-Tarts are fucking delicious, especially when it's 2 a.m., you're like 3 years old, sitting in front of the TV watching old cartoons. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
So indie games have been around for a while. Some names are definitely more well known than others. And unfortunately, some of them don't get the name, the recognition that they deserve until, years down the line. But I want to say that there strong might be hope for the future in this one. So we know certain big name companies are not very friendly toward the modding community, whether it's that they don't want mods at all, or they will take ideas from the modding community without giving credit, or just generally be antagonistic. Even though with modding, the irony is people are extending the life of the game and advertising it based on what they can do from that. As long as they're not pirating it and they're giving credit where credit's due, you kind of have to respect that, especially since most of these modders are doing it for free. They're doing it strictly on their own time and money. They do it for the love of the game. And that should speak highly to what you have created. Doesn't always go well with companies, though, because some of them are assholes. Well, maybe one time where there may be a change in the winds. So, Dark Messiah, Might and Magic was released about 20 years ago. Okay, we're going back a bit.
Oh,
And it was made by Arcane. The thing is it didn't really gain a very big following. And the developer really only had one company to have it picked up, and that developer wound up getting picked up by Ubisoft. Now, from what I've seen, Ubisoft is pretty hit or miss when it comes to video games. When they hit gold, and then when they miss, I don't even know where the fuck they go. So,
straight to hell.
Ubisoft apparently has been in talks with a modder of Dark Messiah Might and Magic for at least 2 years now, because this gentleman would like to essentially keep modding it to bring it back, bring it to the next generation, revitalize it, give a new audience a chance to play it. And so he's been working and been in talks to make sure this is all legit, so he doesn't get sued. Well, Ubisoft, according to him, gave him the green light to do whatever he needs to do. Now, there's a lot to dissect with that, and I know I've been going on for a while. I'm sorry. It's just there's a lot that goes on with this, because one of the big things a company wants to make sure is that their source code is not going to just be spread out into Pirate Bay for lots of hungry piranha to go and eat it.
As if it's not already.
Ubisoft apparently said, hey, we trust you. Go ahead and do what you need to do. So you've got a big name. Yes?
Were they given an NDA or some sort of contract with Ubisoft to do this sort of thing? Or was it just like, oh, go ahead, you have carte blanche, we're not paying you, but if you want to do something cool, it's fine?
That's the thing, is I didn't really see too much regarding any of those details, aside from the phrase, do whatever you need to do. And I think he said that they weren't even going to do any sort of NDA or hardcore contract. It was, I think they're going to have a different contract type, but
it's kind of like the mods that they do with Mariner, with the game that Mariner plays, Fallout. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, well, the thing about that, it is cool, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But with Ubisoft, with this mod, with Fallout, you could argue that it still has a lot of playability. Might and Magic, though, Dark Messiah being so old, most of their IPs are also older than Dark Messiah. So it would essentially be to take that game and almost overhaul it to today's standards, is what could very well be happening, which would basically mean you are exposing a lot of the original data, the very core of this game. So for a big company to allow a modding community to essentially do what they need to do to get that game to a new audience, that could be a major olive branch we're seeing.
Right.
Especially because modding has been a staple in gaming for years, and modders who are following the law should not be penalized for doing so. And game companies, I think, could take a lesson from them, understanding that, look, you made the game, you sold it, you released whatever DLCs you wanted, that's it. But there are still people who love it enough to keep playing and even modifying what you did. They are inspired by you. Why does that not make you happy? Because it's not always about the money. There are certain things that transcend the price tag, which is why a lot of these companies do not understand why they're fucking up so badly. It's because, yeah, you're making a profit, but you're also pissing off the very community who's paying for these games.
Right.
And returning those games. So, it blows my mind. But Ubisoft, please show them that this can be done. Please.
Did anyone else play this game back in the day? Because it says PC DVD-ROM.
Yeah, I did.
Well, to give you some context, it was released in 2006.
Wow. I graduated grad school in 05. That's fucking old. Oh my God, I'm old.
But
yeah.
I remember this game, but not. I don't remember enough about it to really identify it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the only the only additional comments I will add to that is yeah, don't fuck this up, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Oh, they will.
Let the modders mod. And don't try to control. Don't control everything they do as long as they're not breaking law. Don't control everything they do, and you might well have something on your hands that you can turn around and possibly produce a sequel.
The original Might and Magic was awesome.
Did that come out in 99?
Oh, well, fuck, maybe before that, I don't know.
Oh my God.
It was a cult classic.
It was one of
but no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's one of the first games that literally you could go down the wrong street in the wrong little section and just get annihilated because you're like level 5 and you're fighting shit level 50. Like that was kind of the first game I experienced.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck?
What? Wow. Okay. I never played this game. I was playing Warcraft back then. So it's a game that people wouldn't think Chieftain would play. Like, wait, you play that? And also I was thinking the other day, like, I actually play a lot. I used to play a lot of racing games.
Gran Turismo was the best.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people like that movie too.
It's very popular. It's getting some accolades on some. I don't know if it's Rotten Tomatoes or not, but I heard it's pretty good. So.
Well, it's because they took it from a true story that was of the game that actually was of a player. So the player was a huge fan of Gran Turismo, and then they had a chance to actually race. So it's their underdog story. So I think that's nifty.
I think that's pretty cool too. I know the guy in My Name Is Earl, the big fat brother. He's in that movie, and he's like, there was a story on him like 6 months ago. He's like ripped now. So he's the guy with the goatee, the crew chief. That's the same guy. Ticker, I lived in Florida in 2004, but after Charlie, Ivan, Gene, and Francis, that's all I needed to move. You know what's funny is when that hurricane came, Ticker, I actually flew to San Francisco. And it would just it hit. They got hit with 3 hurricanes in a row. But yeah, it's amazing. Like that guy's in there. He does like an amazing job. So I mean, I didn't watch it, but I thought like I can understand how people would like fanboy out on that. But yeah,
to each
definitely.
their own. Racing games are not for me.
Yeah, I could. It's funny. In my other school, like my students, like, oh, let's go to Dave and Buster's, and like my whole class, like I met my whole class there after graduation, and they're like, oh, I was like, I'm gonna be Professor Chief, then I'm gonna like smoke him. So we did this Hang On game, which I'm like, I just looked and just smiled because I used to play Hang On in the arcades all the time, but this one had a booster in the middle, and the winner stays, loser goes. So I was playing one of them, and they're like way ahead of me. And then at the end, they kind of like, not at the end, but they like kind of messed up. And then I hit the boost. I went right by him. I just went like this. I went like that. And I just blew right by them. And he's like, how are you so good at this game? I played this when I was 10, right? 10, and I went through the entire class, which was only 4 of them at the time. I beat every single one of them. They're like, you've never played this? I played games like I played like games like this before, and you're gonna get shit on, and that's what happened. You don't.
And he likes beating students. So.
Yes, I do. with
it means he
Kindle
still
sticks.
has it because you're talking about a generation that could smoke a lot of us in video games if we didn't already.
Well, I know when I
them.
played Rock Band, people would get pissed. They're like, "You're how old?" Like,
How the fuck are you beating every like that? That's where you can get that $50 from.
Right. Back in the
No,
day.
that's called sharking, which might get you in trouble.
Yeah. Sharking doesn't exist. I'm Italian. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, like I want to make money on the Yankees game tonight.
Yeah. We were talking about this before the live, and as you know, Soda likes the cheating Houston Astros, and I like the majestic
Cheating
New York
Yankees?
Yankees. The majestic 27-time champion Yankees.
How
But
old am I? 29.
And they got rid of half their team literally this week. So all the rookies are playing. So it's like, you want to bet, Chieftain? I'm like, no.
Shook cheese. I just turned 48 last week.
I'm old. AARP.
I think 48. I'm almost ready to get my Taco Bell senior discount.
Hell yeah,
There you
dude.
go. You're gonna need it,
Yeah,
especially
let's
with
say
all this
apparently we need
inflation.
a fucking $30 for goddamn nachos and like what the? I was like, I remember fucking 59 cents back in
He's so fucking mad about the taco.
Look, I'm mad about that too, because Taco Bell used to be the only place you could go to feed like a family of 5 and only spend like $30.
Right.
Yeah. I like that's where they had the Baja Blast too. That's where isn't that where it like came about?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, it says literally on the package, a Taco Bell exclusive.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense because you can sometimes buy cans now.
Yeah.
Because it's a seasonal flavor.
Yeah. One must go. Pumpkin spice or Baja Blast.
I
She's
choose
like,
both. I refuse to make you. I refuse to listen to someone telling me what to do with my money.
If you had a lightsaber, no, just kidding. Is my segment next? Is that right?
Yeah. So
okay,
did
cool.
you have anything on this one?
Yeah.
Botting communities. Oh, he went out to smoke, I guess.
No, yeah. Oh no, I was just talking about. Like, I don't know anything much about this other than I played Might and Magic growing up, and I love Might and Magic. So I hope they don't fuck it up like Chieftain said or whoever said. One of you two said. I wasn't paying attention.
Good Lord, you're starting to act like Chieftain there, mixing me and him up.
Yeah.
No, well, he called himself Soda when you were gone. So
yeah.
What the? Were you just that much out of sorts just because
yeah, he was
gone?
tired.
I'm
He
not
was
that important, dude.
He was tired as fuck. He's like, and I'm Soda. I'm like, no, you're not. No,
yeah. It's funny because when you weren't here, we ended the show at 9:30, 2 hours early.
All right.
Like
Guys,
I think we're
all
done.
too tired to keep the party going, I guess.
Yeah, he is the party dude. He's gonna have the mixers go oosh 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 oosh.
Let me go get another Bloody Mary.
All right, let's go. This segment's you're gonna love my Camper's Corner, and here it is, Chieftain's Camper's Corner.
I'm the chieftain, bitch. Campers. I'm the chieftain, bitch.
I love the fact that I don't have those prepackaged edits anymore. Like when it upgraded my Premiere, it like erased all that shit. But yeah, Chieftain's Camper's Corner. I am doing our Twitch clips, and it's been quite an undertaking. But I thought it'd be funny to do a bunch of our Twitch clips, but everybody guess what the Twitch clip's going to be about. It's called the Burn Unit. And the reason why I'm using Bob's Burgers is because they would actually have a segment called the Burn Unit where they make fun of people on video and shit like that. So here is how it's going to go, everybody. And this is audience participation as well. I'm going to give you a title of a Twitch clip, and you're going to guess, anyone here on the panel, who is the one not receiving the burn, but saying the burn. Just from the title.
That'll be good.
So this is going to be pretty good. I'm going to do a couple of them, and if you guys don't like it, I'll end it early. So let's go to the first one. Is going to be, let's take a look here. Not Chief screws up a promo.
Of course, Badger guesses Oni. To be fair, she probably has about 75% of them.
Yeah. Okay, here is one. Let's start off with an easy one. This one's called Bigger Balls.
Whoa.
Oni.
All right, who's going to give the burn? Is it going to be me? Is it going to be Blacklight Oni? Is it going to be Soda or Hiro? Bigger Balls is the title of the video.
Big brass ones.
I'm trying to remember.
Gazoo says Soda. A couple of people say Oni.
I still think Oni. Before we continue, Chieftain, hey, this is Lagging Out, guys. Welcome
What's up,
to
guys?
the party. That's Chieftain. Next to him is Oni, and then next to me is Soda. Me, I'm not important. I'm nobody. No, I'm Hiro.
He's the guy. He's the guy with the context. We know him as. Hiro.
Why is it because it has balls and it automatically goes to me? I'm confused.
You know what? No, that actually is a good point. That is a good point. I forgot about that.
Right.
You know what? I'm revising my guess.
I don't know which one if this was a reference
Chieftain,
to.
it's you. It's you,
And also-
Chieftain.
Oh yeah.
Is it going to be me?
I think it's going to be you.
Okay. This was done almost over a year ago.
Was this one where were you talking about different like soccer balls and golf balls and baseballs?
I don't know, because there's been a lot of context of us talking about balls. So let's see what it is. So this one's called Bigger Balls. Probably done in February. Just a fact. Astros are cheaters. You know, just like random stuff up there.
I have tried to console you though, like
You have. You're a casual, so you're more of a basketball. No, he said it himself. Yeah. He's a basketball fan, more of a basketball fan. So
I will watch.
He likes bigger balls.
No, Oni!
Yeah.
That would have been my guess initially, but then I thought about it because I was like, no, this joke was set up by Chieftain. I remember it.
I think people like that. People think it's funny in the chat, so that's awesome. Okay. All right. Next one.
There's been so many.
There's Lily.
That's what she said.
Yep. All
I
right.
don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Okay. I already know the answer to that one. Let me see. This one is called Chief is Ugly. That's the title.
No, Chief, don't do that one because everybody's going to guess you automatically.
Oh, okay.
You're the one that burns yourself every time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the one where it says I'm 6. I'm a 6 and I'm 8 when you drink. That's right. All right, I'll do another one. Hiro is John Wick.
That's a hard one. I don't remember who did that one. I remember it though.
I think Chieftain.
Think me?
You know what? Yeah. I'll go with Chief.
I'm going with Hiro's wife.
Oh, that's a good point. But she's not a host.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she still comes by from time to time as that thing.
Yeah, she does those drive-bys. So yeah, I guess your wife would be included in that.
Yeah, I don't have the speakers on. Otherwise, she'd be like talking shit right now.
Okay.
I don't think this was me, Ticker. I don't know much about John.
All right,
Wick.
let's take a look here.
Yeah. Rogue Raven, for your visual pleasure, my wife likes to call it the fat Keanu Reeves look.
Whoa. Damn.
Wow.
I'll take it. It's Keanu Reeves, damn it. I'll take it.
John Wick with a glandular.
It was Chieftain.
John Wick with a glandular problem.
But see, I knew your wife had said something about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was the one that brought it up. I had to tee that one up, you know.
Here's the one. I'm gonna have to like omit the name. Blank with the long burn. Blank with the long burn.
I'm going Oni with that one.
Okay. I'm going soda with that one.
Maybe long burn? Maybe. I remember this, but
I don't remember this one either.
This was 9/3/2022.
Oh, a year ago. Go ahead and lay it on us. You know what? You know what I just realized? All of us have our catchphrases on a soundbite, and you don't have any recent ones.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have anything that's worth saying.
Then why do you talk so much?
Damn.
So that was the Oni burn right there.
You know what? I think I would chalk that up to a tag team right there.
Why do you talk so much? I love those clips at the end when it's like a drive-by burn. Those are so great. Those are fucking awesome. All right. Oh, that one was recent. You like this?
Yeah, this is fun.
Okay, this one's called Weenus Twitter Verified. Weenus
Raven.
Twitter Verified.
I know what the fuck is going on with this one. This is give me a second. I forgot his name for some reason. I see his name.
Oh, no! Freaking...
I see face.
Scottish Dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giant penis parody.
Yeah.
It's giant penis parody, aka oh my goodness, why do I keep forgetting his fucking name? He's Scottish.
He's Scottish.
God damn it! I'm gonna look
Also
at
known as Count Dankula.
The
who
Irish
got
He-Man.
verified with that name. You cannot change it. If you're into big Scottish dicks, go follow Giant Penis Parody.
What the fuck?
You're never gonna hear Oni say that ever again.
No.
Except she just did.
Giant dicks. Yeah. Count Dankula. Yeah. So that was Oni. Okay. Let's see. This one might be
He
a
was able
giveaway.
to change that name, by the way.
Did he change it back?
He at least changed it to not. He at least did, changed it away from Giant Penis Parody. So
I dare you, Hiro. I dare you.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, No Chin. Chief No Chin.
Oh no, I know who this is. Yeah, that I did say that. Oh boy, because chin when he eats some of the dirt too. Eats the Ohio dirt. Yep.
That's a fucking clip.
Wow.
Damn.
You bitch.
That was the first and last time I could call.
Because then I said, "You're just jealous that I thought of it first," and he's like, "Yes, I fucking am."
Oh, here's a good one. Crossbow story goes wrong.
Oh, I know this one for sure.
Oh, this is Hiro.
Soda. It's fucking soda.
It's gotta be
No,
fucking
no,
soda, right?
I mean, Hiro doing the storytelling because he has the crossbow.
Well, yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Lube.
Took me a little bit of effort to remember how to properly load a crossbow because it's called a cocking string. I know that someone's gonna laugh at that.
The show just writes itself.
The cocking rope and all that stuff. So I got it.
Lube and a cock.
He's like a lube and a cock.
I just meanwhile, Oni's just like, why? Why am I here?
Pretty much.
I'll never forget that one. That was great.
Well, because you always talk about it.
We don't
You
even
are
have to
so
write it.
fixated on cock. Where's my clip?
I already hit it.
Meanwhile, I'm over here contemplating death.
I dare.
Oh, here, I don't think this is really a burn, but this one's called "Everyone is Having a Bad Day."
Oh,
This is just everybody collectively shit talking, I think.
I think so. It was
Yeah.
really bad today. It was just like, wow. Everyone needs some fucking Xanax today.
that's about right. Yeah, I'll take one. Thanks.
Oh my
I got
God, I hear the
prescribed a beta
rattling.
blocker.
You can hear him rattling his Xanax in the fucking background. He's like, I'll take some, thanks.
Right.
What the fuck? All right. This is a dead giveaway. I ate my twin. That's a dead giveaway one, right? So
Badger.
a rolling burn. This one's called Rolling Burn. I don't remember this one.
Was it the train of just continuous burn from Badger and Oni pinging hatred off of each other about somebody fucking up so bad that they wish like all sorts of misfortune on people?
Is it Rogue Raven and Oni going back and forth? Is that the one? I don't know. What is everyone think in the chat? I can't see the chat now. I have like a lot of windows open.
No guess.
All right.
See you guys next week. I think I'm about to die.
Oh, you threw it? Oh, you are
she
dead,
needs
man.
you for the insurance money. Trust me, she won't get you yet.
Oh,
Too many
shit.
witnesses.
Oh, wow. Oh, now I can't find it. A rolling burn. There it is.
She even said that in response to one of her detractors directly.
Ben
How do you
Shapiro
feel?
said that too. It's funny.
How do you feel?
They sound very deep.
Knowing that people are boycotting your franchise.
A
because
rolling
of your
burn.
Views, your anti-trans views. And she says, "Oh, I'm a little sad, but I feel good, going to bed at night. And I sleep very well on my giant pile of money."
Some are better than others.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay. Never. No, wait.
Never
Oni's dad
have
is
I.
white. That's a dead giveaway.
Who?
Let's see.
Hey, may I offer a suggestion if we do this again?
Yeah.
Call it the burn ward.
Okay. Okay.
And I think since this does seem to be popular to a degree, I think that let's compile a list of the videos and then go through them a little bit to be better prepared.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have time to do it because of other we were covering. So
I'd rather not know because that way it's.
okay.
No, that's fair too. But at least one person should have like handpicked the list.
Yeah.
All right.
There's just
all right.
so
This one's
many.
called. Yeah. There's like thousands of them. Babies are scary. This is when Badger was on the panel.
Well, then it's Badger.
Not
I
necessarily.
think it would be you.
Me?
No, I'm sorry, Soda.
A Soda? Yeah, babies are scary to Soda.
I have a baby. Or I had a baby. So.
I'm gonna do one more after this, and then we'll move on. Babies are scary. Any guesses from the panel? The hosts here.
I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with Soda.
Right. I love babies.
All right, let's take a
There's
look.
not a whole lot that brings the world together more than a baby. It's pretty cool. Babies are pretty neat. They're scary. Don't get me wrong. They're scary as shit.
Oni
Told
They're
you.
stupid little humans.
It was Chieftain. Okay.
That was me. Stupid little humans.
Don't get me wrong. They're scary as shit.
They're stupid.
Unfortunately,
little
some of them don't outgrow that.
Unfortunately, you are correct. And many
Yeah.
of them seem to exist without a brain, much like that meme that we were laughing at earlier today.
That is true. And the last one's going to be Badger the Navigator.
Oh, totally.
Oh no.
No.
The edit is better than the actual live because I cut in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's called Then You Fast Forward to When You're Not Lost Anymore.
And we just got another burn for Oni.
There we go. All right. Badger the Navigator.
So let me explain Badger's navigational skills.
Non-existent.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lane? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
that's
so-
it. The silence should speak for itself.
So it was kind of it was another tag team burn. It was Oni and me. Okay. Oh, that was great.
This one's just awkward. Sorry,
Hey.
there's no nice way of saying it. I'm just like, yeah, can you just say that
No,
one
you're
more
good. I'm
time,
trying not
please? It's called the cell phone dance.
Trying not to trample over a cord and tip over the light.
Yeah.
I just had this image in my head, Oni, of you doing the cell phone dance in your apartment.
The what dance?
The cell phone dance. I don't have signal. Let me stand on my tippy.
I think it's a joint venture, but I think Mike
Jeez.
Tyson disappearing Oni.
Sorry. Turn my light off unintentionally.
It's like you fucking
Disappeared.
Yeah.
She turned into Mountain Dew. She drinks so much of it. And there is the Burn Ward.
Yay. That was cool.
It was good. It was good.
Going
Okay.
back memory lane.
I want to do more fun topics like that and mix it up a lot. Sometimes we're going to have days and weeks where there's nothing in the news. So, so doing stuff like that, it like makes everybody laugh, and it's a lot easier on everybody. It's not less stressful, so it's more fun. So from 1 to 10, did the chat, you guys have a good time with that? 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being please don't do it again. And that is Camper's Corner. Oni's an 8. Okay,
I would
an
agree
8
with
from
that.
Oni is good. I'll take that, Oni. Thank you.
Well, I just say it because I think we can finesse it a little bit. This was a little rough off the cuff, but I think
Yeah.
it's very workable.
I think so too.
Really, Gazoo?
Badger, as much as I dislike your lack of navigational skills, I do love you. Just you will never be my directional person.
Just don't give me directions, please.
I won't steer you wrong.
Debatable.
Oh.
Debatable.
Wait.
Oh.
This is a great topic that Oni brought up. Operation Duck Season and related news. This is great. It's about Quackbot in the FBI. Who wants to take this one?
Oni,
It's up to
please.
you guys.
Oh, okay. So, first off, hello, viewers. I was lagging out. Yeah. There's Chieftain, there's Hiro, there's Soda, there's me. And there are these news stories, like the FBI taking down some more bots and hackers. So I had to include this one only because, yes, it's real world consequences, but also certain things just kind of transcend video games and pop culture. So Quackbot apparently was causing a lot of problems. So the FBI decided to take some action to remove these ducks from the pond, and they called it Operation Duck Hunt.
Quack.
So, needless to say, the FBI actually did win. They were successful in dismantling Quackbot from spying and hacking and otherwise being little shitheads to people on the internet. And you know, for once actually doing what their tax-paying money is meant to do. But
Right?
don't feel dumb and you are not dumb. It's the advertising that they used on the web page for the news that they decided to put. There's been a lot of news coming out of hackers hacking each other, spyware going down, things like that. So it's good to know that at least to some extent, government agencies are actually able to do their job, because spyware, malware is a huge issue. And it's, again, who doesn't love the utter irony of calling it Operation Duck Hunt? This is the one time where you're cheering on that damn dog, and you're like, dog, you better tear into those fucking ducks. You better go into it like it's doom. You better go in there to rip and tear.
I thought
this
it
was
when you
interesting.
reference Doom Oni. It just automatically get
Doesn't
this
love a Doom
image
reference.
in my mind of you, all 5 foot of you, running down the halls of hell, just blowing up all the demons.
I'm just trying to turn on Streamlabs.
I want.
Ooh.
Can I?
Cujo?
Cujo was a bomb.
Or was Cujo the zombie dog?
He was the dog
Or
that had
do you
rabies.
mean or are
Cujo
you
is-
talking about
The cop dog. No, that's the one from Starsky and Hutch. No.
The crime dog? Scruff McGruff?
Hooch? Turner and Hooch?
Turner
Yes.
Hooch. That might be it.
Scruff McGruff? Yeah.
Yeah, I got him.
I remember Scruff McGruff. I remember that motherfucker.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, the cloud
Hello,
bot is on.
motherfucker.
Has anyone seen any alerts go off the whole stream?
Yes,
they
Streamlabs
have.
goes off.
Okay,
it's
it
been
is.
going
It's
off,
working.
but not the other one.
What other one?
Botrix.
Botrix is off. It might be off.
Give us some fucking.
Hey.
That's what I was hitting to. I was waiting for him to tip something. There we go.
Hey, use
That's
that.
a
Use
Give
that
us some
GIF.
fucking.
What are you saying?
Use that GIF that I posted.
Don't.
Do it.
Give us some fucking.
Oh. oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. That's funny.
I think that GIF is
Give
funny.
us some fucking.
It's courtesy. That is courtesy of Oni.
That's awesome.
Oni, you find some amazing memes and GIFs all the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a kiss
It's an
ass
art.
you are tonight. God.
Yeah, you've been gone.
Look,
for 2
you
weeks.
gotta
have
give the
to.
woman credit when
do.
she does things, okay? And it's not.
She does a lot of things. We'd be complimenting her for 3 hours.
Okay, you got a point there. She does
The one
almost
thing-
everything.
The one thing that like both me and Oni have to work on is our tempers. We go into rage mode. Golden Kappa train. Wow. What's that?
I have no clue.
know. Oh, it's probably something new because Twitch did some new
yeah.
shit.
Well, that's
Okay. Well, thank you for the
Hey,
hype
what?
train. It's called a Golden Kappa train, like the Greek letter or number. I don't know. CAPPA.
Oh, okay.
who needs a sub?
Jesus, Tear and Death.
What'd he say? One thing Oni doesn't have to work on, Chief, is she has a chin. That is true. She does have a chin. And she also, by her own admission, has awesome shoulders. And that's
I mean,
that's
yeah,
another
at least
thing.
decent enough. So
She's got awesome shoulders.
I would not argue with that.
And two things that we both have in common is we both walk like white boys, dance like white boys.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Great Kazoo. Let me see. Soda gifted Great Kazoo. Thank you for the gift sub, Great Kazoo.
Well, that didn't give
Soda.
much on the hype train.
Yeah, what's up with that? What's up
Maybe
with
that's
that?
why it's gold.
So what have you missed? Go ahead to the live on YouTube and hit play
Give
at the
us a
very
fucking-
beginning.
Yeah, dude.
He's like
3%.
he's smacking him in his ass. Hero's like slapping him in his ass.
Give
And,
us some fucking.
3% per 100.
Wow, thank you, Tyrion Death. He's like smacking him in his Freddie Mercury tight pants.
Right. Can you even breathe? Maybe that's why it's not working half the time.
Let's do a bunch here.
Anyways, that being said,
there we go. How much is this?
Tony, did you have more, or were you going to pitch that to somebody else?
Give us some fucking.
No, that was all I had to say. Story kind of speaks for yourself.
Yeah, you're right. It does kind of speak for itself. There was one additional thing that was related that you had brought up, and it was a.
God damn it!
About to beat your last record. Keep up the support.
Who needs a sub?
I'm
Beck likes plants.
Not in here.
It's talking. One of the other stories that you had posted was a Brazilian phone spyware company. Like, this is in the same vein as a couple of things that have happened over the last month that we've seen repeatedly, and that's where you were mentioning the hackers getting hacked and the phone spyware company.
That was
Go ahead.
That was in Brazil. Yeah, so a spyware. So last week we discussed about how it might have been last week, might have been the week before.
Ticker got it.
I need 2 more.
Where a spyware company got hacked and their servers got wiped, so they had to shut down, which is, hilarious. Well, this one was in Brazil, and essentially, user data and their information was wiped out from the servers
God damn it.
To protect them, to save them essentially from these spyware creeps.
100%.
And
give us some fucking.
These hackers just did it because they could.
I love it. I love white hat hackers.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh yeah.
I suppose they would actually be gray hat, because the white hats are usually working for an actual company on behalf of a company. But that's IT shit that not everybody needs to know.
IT breakdown. Na, 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 na. Copyright strike on YouTube.
Fuck you, YouTube. You can eat my ass.
Is the FBI doing this because it's called ransomware, aka kidnapping? Gazoo wants to know.
No, they're doing it because they were ordered to do so by the government, which is like the only time they actually do the job that they are paid to do.
Right?
Please don't kick.
Now,
down my
you could
door.
say it's because of national security risks, especially if you don't know where know where that data is going, or it only takes one spy, and especially if it is as notorious and deeply rooted as something like a bot.
Mm-hmm.
I could understand the FBI getting involved, because very quickly that can become a serious issue nationwide. And since America has the largest spy network in the world, kind of a big deal.
Bigger than China?
Well, yes.
China.
But let's also not, bury the lead here. It probably had a lot to do with ties to foreign actors like China, which it's been discovered
India
quite frequently in the last 10 or so years that a lot of our infrastructure, industrial control systems, we're talking major HVAC units, electricity, power grid, water controls and stuff like that, have been discovered to have malware embedded in them that appears to be sourced from Chinese actors.
Oh, racist.
This actually has an awful lot to do with what I do professionally, but
yeah.
Mojo, why do you scream at the screen so much?
FBI in charge of cybercrime? I'm Canadian. I don't know.
Hey?
I'm so confused where Gazoo is. Like, now he's in Canada.
Canada with his pet moose.
All I can say is, if you want to talk about spy networks and federal federal investigations and stuff like that. It doesn't matter what country they work for. They're up to something nefarious on behalf of their country all the time.
I like where this is going.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Balls.
Also, Greek Kazoo, FBI is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They are not necessarily in charge of cybercrime. Cybercrime here in America isn't its own department. There are usually cybercrime divisions within a lot of these agencies. So I'm pretty sure the CIA has one. The FBI definitely has one. Most police forces have one. Each branch of the military is or has already had a cybercrime division going on for a while now.
Yeah.
So for us, it's not necessarily its own separate entity. It's built into those agencies that grow with whatever landscape winds up happening. So
and
the FBI.
Go ahead.
No, continue.
Being that the United States likes to spend money on the same thing multiple times, there's multiple different alphabet soup federal organizations that have those cyber crimes. And the fucked up part about the United States is they don't say those before mentioned alphabet soup organizations do not share their information with each other. The CIA is an FBI kind of do it a little bit better, but everyone else, nope, they just keep it to themselves like it's a big fucking secret, even though it's a crazy thing. But yeah, go ahead, Oni. Your face is killing me. If your head hurts.
I don't really remember where I was going with that. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I think I got so many things, so many details, but there's no way that anybody, except for a very select few in our audience, would really care to hear all the details. This is just all around good news. I appreciate Oni bringing it up. It tickles my IT side.
Happy to do what I can.
That being said, soda input.
Cause Chieftain knows.
Cause Chieftain doesn't know anything.
I think I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago that ethical hackers are becoming more and more prevalent in today's society. Good for them because they're usually hunting down, bad people, mostly pedos. So
yeah,
Mojo. Yeah, actually, you got a really good point there, Soda. It's ethical hacking's been something that I've been a part of for. Oh God, has it been that long? 20 years.
Huh?
He was there when the buttons were like the Sesame Street buttons. They were like the big ones. He had them when he was 5. So he's like,
ironic joke.
Call me Elmo.
That is such an ironic joke because Chieftain, when I graduated college, my program was called Information System Security. That is what they called cybersecurity before they called it cybersecurity.
Well, there was a guy I know. He was on a big interview I watched, and he was an ethical hacker, and he actually created a code where you can go to his website and literally type your name or company in there, and it'll tell you everywhere that's on the dark web or anywhere it might have been breached. It's pretty fucking cool. So
yeah, it's scary.
And the guy was the guy who was interviewing, he's like, watch this. He clicked in a few names. He's like, listen, I can tell you where 10 of your employees live right now. The dude's like, what the fuck? He's like, is this real? He's like, yep. And that's what they do, They take care of that shit for you. So.
What do you think social media is these days?
Well, yeah, we all hate that. Your mouth is it moving?
And if anyone, they being these social media companies like to say, oh, we don't track your information. There's no way. Bull fucking shit. Exactly. I guarantee you, if you haven't, you will talk about something such as, let's say you're shopping around for something in particular.
Fabulous.
Whether you use incognito tab or not, it will show up in your social media feeds. All those advertisements will go to those feeds. Fucking-teed.
Yeah. Soda's like, how am I getting all these giant purple dildos advertising on my Facebook?
I'm
He
not
told me the
fucking
other
kidding you.
day.
Yeah, it was like or sex toys. Not they were named something different. But I'm like, what the flying fuck? Like I got. Well, I mean, I was like, I got enough. I don't need any more.
Oh my god. Gross.
Chieftain.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. What's up?
What do you think on this one?
I don't have any thought on it. I already said my piece. So like I was getting all like they don't share their information anyway. So I'm glad they got what they deserved. And it makes me remind me of that guy who hacks those Indian hackers that try to steal people's money and stuff like that. And he's on like on a YouTube thing. And it's great. He does like all the voices that I have on my mixer. He's just like,
I'm sorry, Sonny. Did you say you wanted my social security number?
and they're like, yes, we would like your social security number, please. And don't forget to put it on a gift card and send it to me. Give me the number, scratch the back. And he's like, it was so great. It's like, your name is Mark. Your name ain't Mark, motherfucker. Your name is Previn or something. Like you're named, I don't know, Patel or some shit like that. Some Indian name. So like he finds out their names. He's like, so, Rania, what are you doing? She's like, my name's. He's like, yes, you are. You're wearing a blue dress because he hacks the cameras too.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Those are great, but I don't have an opinion on it. I'm done.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
roll it.
I'm done.
Push the button.
Uh-oh. Everyone hear that? Everyone knows what that means.
Quit turning your head left.
Trivia time. Written by the one and only Soda.
Yeah. Because I'm old now.
I'm old.
One of these is my birthday.
So, yeah, happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
That's good.
Would you like to read the question for us today?
Sure. Trivia for the week since Badger was not around. When is the first video game believed to have been created? It's kind of a trick question, so let's see how many you get it.
Yeah, thank you, Soda.
We didn't even get it, so.
Well, I knew it. Because I teach history and game design, but I have to absolve myself. You're educated. That's cheating, Chief.
I have to recuse myself as well because I was helping with making the slides, so I saw the answer.
Yeah, we recuse all of ourselves for that.
Right. Well, we got a B and an A so far. Oh, yeah. Death for the Pola. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see how many people get this because it was.
That's a tough one. That's not easy.
Mm-mm.
So, also thank you to our boosters, and you notice, Soda, I took the space away. On the top there. I know you're so happy everything lines up. So thank you to our boosters.
Thank you needs to line up.
The what?
Thank you
needs to line up.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that in post.
Do that.
Thank you to our Nitro boosters: Soda, Hypernova, Mariner, Ezreal, Stormwolf Song, Prophet, and Tyrande. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much.
And you guys might have saw the burn unit or the burn ward, the Chieftain Camper's Corner. You can see those clips, or some of those clips are kind of old now, so you might have to. You can see how I edit them in there and add some funny quirks in there for you guys, just to make it a little bit funnier and add a little pizzazz. Put a little bit of whipped cream and cherry on the top.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
All right, shut up, Quagmire.
Over.
Kick, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, Facebook, and your sister's ass. Yeah, so make sure you check us out there. Check out our monthly or our weekly installs on all those, or weekly or monthly, depending on the social media outlet. Yes, I know it still says Twitter. I'm not putting X on there yet because it's probably going to change it back.
I'm waiting for him to change the domain name.
I'm waiting for somebody to get killed over it. Then he's going to change it. I got to go check on my ex. What?
or you trying to X out of something and you're hitting the X logo. You're like, son of a bitch. What? Oh, that's the logo.
I heard Badger said, I got to go check my ex. I'm like, excuse me? What?
What? Huh?
No, X. That's Twitter now. What the? Who's stupid fucking Elon Musk? Like, what the fuck?
He's like crazy, but he's like not. He's a harmless crazy, in my opinion. But yeah, make sure you check us out there. I edit stuff. I actually put stuff in there. If you ever look at Oni's The Nurse, one that's coming up pretty soon on our socials, I have a lot of Batman references in there when Oni is talking, like shit just blowing up as she's talking. It's pretty funny. You want to check those out as well. But we have some big news. Well, it's not our big news, but it is big news to one of our purple was it purple people? Yeah, words are hard. So this is very good to hear. I'm not sure if Oni's heard this yet or anyone else. I don't think Hiro's heard this either. But Princess Jamie is coming back to streaming.
You literally told us yesterday.
I was just gonna play along.
Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna play along with that. It's okay. Yeah, I did tell you yesterday. Yes. Come on, it's called movie magic.
I cannot suspend my disbelief, sir.
What was that, Oni? Trying to suspend.
Nothing. It would not come out very politely.
No, I'm trying here. Just give me a break. But yeah, you want to check her out there. She's a variety streamer. She's really fun. She's funny. She's a bright, smiling face. She's positive. It's pro women. It's pro positive, good vibes chat. So you want to check her out. Make sure you follow her and let her know that Lagging Out Live sent you. So you want to go check her out. She's a good person. Super, super, super nice. I put the link in the chat just in case. She is that's perfect, Oni. She is literal sweetness. She's so sweet. She's gonna give you.
She cosplays so amazingly.
Right. She does. Mm-hmm. She's so sweet. She gives you diabetes.
Is that where it came from?
Good thing you have your headset on, dude.
I would die a second time in one night.
Oh yeah. I didn't see what was going on because I was reading, and then I looked to my left, and I'm like, "What's going on in his background?" It was funny, but this is a great story. Who picked this one up? Who was this? This was great. That was you? Was me. Yeah, that was fucking funny. This is great because we just did an Ahsoka review about 40 minutes ago, and that's all Disney stuff, and now it's what they call cooking the books, right?
Yes. Yes. So
gotta do the cooking by the book.
Mm-hmm.
Many people who keep up with the debacles of Disney might know that a number of years ago, 4 to 5, I think it was, there was a woman that worked for Disney close to the C-suites, the executive levels, that decided to turn whistleblower on Disney for cooking the books because she started noticing some really bad accounting errors and promptly got fired. She filed a lawsuit. Disney, in classic Disney fashion, being so family friendly, decided to start harassing her and her family to a point to where her husband decided to end things.
Undo himself, essentially.
Yes. In the end, the wife won the lawsuit, but at what cost? Along those lines, here we go. 5 years later, however many years later, we are now entering the 3rd consecutive lawsuit in as many years over them cooking the books when it comes to their streaming numbers. More investors are catching on. Disney is not doing well with their streaming numbers. They are losing subscribers more than they are gaining. They actually went as far as to take the Miss Marvel show and put it on ABC.
Garbage human.
And they did so
that worked out better than
such a way to cook the books to from what I understand, the going theory is that ABC helped in the production of Miss Marvel, and as a request or a favor to have it played on their networks. I'm not sure how true that is. That is rumors, but pretty sure it's going to come out in the lawsuit. And
I'm suing.
Despite the good things that I've heard about Ahsoka, I've also heard streaming numbers are looking absolutely abysmal.
Really?
Yeah.
They're switching around the numbers, so they're making losses in other places to make other parts look good. I think we talked about this a while back, but now it's just been confirmed.
Wow. Pretty much. Disney announced that they that Ahsoka did like 14 million on its premiere in views. But one of the companies that are out there, the third party companies that are out there, released what their estimates are on the streaming numbers. There's only like 2 or 3 of them that seem to be able to relatively accurately predict the numbers, but from what I'm hearing, it's not looking good. From what I'm hearing, their premiere for Ahsoka was like less than half of Kenobi.
Really?
Wow.
But at the risk of going over long, I'm kicking this over to your guys' court.
Not surprised. They've been losing billions on their movie stuff as well, and their attendance has been low at their Disney parks as well. So they're not just losing on viewership, they're losing everything now all around because people don't want to be preached to. So they don't want to they want wholesome entertainment. Like when you go to Disney, you're escaping the real world and going into a fantasy world. There's a world called Fantasyland in there, or Magic Kingdom. You know, I don't want to talk about who's running for president, who's doing this, who's doing that. I want to go there. I want to pay for an overpriced soda, not soda pop, like an overpriced Coke.
Very overpriced.
You are very expensive.
You're not. You are priced at your value.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So I want to go there. I want to have fun. I don't have to worry about that shit. But they're doing all this buzzword woke shit. It's unappealing to people. Plus, now it's really expensive to go there to any of the parks or that stuff. And they are repackaging the Disney Plus with ESPN, Hulu, and all this stuff to add some more value to it, and then have 2 different tiers. So they have 4 to 6 different streaming services they're bundling in just to try to save face.
In fact, I don't know
go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if you guys heard this today, but apparently Disney cut off the college game right at kickoff today.
You just exactly what I was about to say. That is awesome, Soda. I just heard that today. They were supposed to cut off at the college game on ESPN at midnight, but they did it like an hour or 2 before.
Yeah, right.
And it was over the fact that Disney was saying that their value for their network was higher than what the agreement and the contract was allowing, and they were trying to renegotiate it. So in order to force the network to renegotiate, they cut it off before they were supposed to, and all it did was make their stock price tank this morning.
I think
they are going to be under $70 per stock.
It's a 9-year low.
Before D23.
It's a 9-year low. I'm losing my shirt with Disney. I have to shift money in my other liquid assets to like a 6-month CD to make up for my losses. So my credit union is giving me this like 6-month CD offer. Like I've lost a lot of money with Disney. So I'm like, it's not even worth like selling it now because I bought it at 20. It split twice. It got to 35. It got to like $95, $100 a share. And now it's down $30 a share. I'm just like, I'm down about 20 G's in my stock. Maybe not that much, but maybe 10.
If you bought it at 20,
I don't know.
You're still ahead. You're still way ahead.
I did it 30 years ago. I mean, and it's split twice, but yeah. And with inflation and everything like that, I haven't seen a dividend in about 5-6 years.
They probably won't be turning that back on unless the investors kick them in the dick a few times.
Yeah, it's like Anheuser-Busch, the original Bush family want to buy the company, but it's just that's deviating from our original point, but yeah, that's all I have to say about
I've
that.
heard from Oni.
Yeah, Oni, go ahead.
I think it's very funny how a big company says, don't attack the creators, don't attack the creators, but they'll attack whistleblowers.
Yeah.
And their family. I think that is incredibly scummy. Even though they may not be held accountable in the court of law, we will know what you did. So you can't hide from that. When it comes to these shows with all these streaming platforms, with the reach Disney has, Disney at this point is finding out why the country of Russia has always had a difficult time staying stable, why the Roman Empire had difficulties staying stable in certain reigns. It's because you're covering so much ground so quickly, and you have no idea how to control it. And you just think everyone's going to love you, and that's not how this works. What it sounds like to me is they expanded so fast into the streaming services after already making major purchases regarding Marvel, regarding Lucasfilm, which, yes, I understand, a little bit older, but once they started with Lucasfilm, they didn't really stop doing all these big projects, wanting to do all these shows, wanting to do all these movies. They had TV channels with shows running on them that did very well. And then they opened up the streaming services, offering the same shows. So yes, the bonus is, oh, you don't need to have cable to do this. You just need internet.
Right.
But now the problem is, what if you have both? How do you make a deal out of that? Are you going to be just canceling your TV service? Because that's going to lose Disney out on money. How many are going to be exclusives to the Disney Plus? I mean, they shot themselves in the foot when they owned Pixar and yet had Pixar movies going straight to Disney Plus for streaming or being released in the beginning without hitting the theaters, unless it was a mainline Disney film. They got in their own way. They keep acting like they're the big fish against themselves. They're fighting against their own company, which isn't helping.
No, it's not.
So not only are they now so... I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. I'm going to poke this little thought out there. They promised when they launched Disney Plus, they promised to release their vault onto Disney Plus, and they still have yet to deliver.
Yeah.
And I don't think they will.
No.
I don't know why. I mean, I can theorize all day long, but they promised all that, and that would be a genius level draw if they release their vault onto Disney Plus.
Would it though?
I think it would, because there were that maybe not here and now in this very moment because of all the dumb shit they've been doing, but at the beginning of Disney Plus, if they had just released the vault, then there would be a monumental amount of value in Disney Plus. I mean, on top of that, you just they're doing dumb shit like announcing that they have a new person that's going to head up all of the little side businesses and side hustles that Disney does, their networks, their music, their this, their that, all the little shit. They hired a brand crisis manager, and in hiring her, they announced that her key credential is that she was
a woman.
No. You're going to love this, Chieftain. She was one of Biden's advisors.
Whoa.
I don't trust anyone coming out of politics into the private sector. I don't get, because I always question, how did they get there? It's who you know.
I mean,
it's not what you know. It's who you blow.
Exactly.
Anheuser-Busch's CEO, current CEO, is a former CIA operative, by the way. Just thought you'd know that. You'd need to know that.
Of course. The richer get richer. That's what you do. You get a high profile job with an administration, and then you go to the private sector like Paul Ryan does, and this guy, and you make millions of dollars as a lobbyist or like going into a company where you have no business or experience in, and then the company fucking folds, or you get in trouble, or your son does cocaine in the White House, or I don't know.
But before we draw on that too long, I'm sorry, Oni, I stepped all over you. I just thought it was important to add in a little bit more.
How dare you?
It's good.
But you're completely right. Was there more to throw out there? Anybody?
No, I think we shit on them enough.
Law.
Get shit on.
What about you, Soda? We didn't really hear from you.
Your ass!
Wow.
Disney can go to hell. Enough said. They ruined our childhood and made everything. I mean, still can't get over the fucking 7 dwarfs, and they won't make them dwarfs. That's just still blows.
No,
my
they're
fucking
bandits now.
Oh, 7 bandits.
I just don't like I don't like the attitude of the woman playing Snow White. She's like, yeah, I was excited when I was getting Snow White, and then you see like Snow White, and then you see the evil queen, and the evil queen is hotter than Snow White, and I'm like, this isn't realistic. So like
the movie is
gonna be trash.
Go ahead,
Rachel,
Oni. The Oni is the movie is what?
It's being delayed again.
Oh,
yes.
There are serious talks going on if they even want to finish it amidst all of this. Allegedly, there's going to be a live-action Robin Hood. That is not being received well, to my knowledge. They canceled a live rendition of Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is hilarious because of all the movies that they could do that actually could work.
Yeah, exactly.
If they didn't fuck it up. But I highly doubt that they wouldn't fuck it up because they fucked up Mulan. They fucked up Mulan, so of course they're going to fuck up Hunchback of Notre Dame. 2 movies where the villain fucking dies. Why would you take that from us?
Right.
Look, Ghost, I get it. You're really excited about the prospect of a live-action Robin Hood for that reason. But no, it is a modern take on Robin Hood. It is a modern take of, Robin Hood is a black woman living in the hood.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Robin is Rihanna's real first name. So is she going to play Robin Hood?
I would actually watch that, though, sadly.
It could be.
As long as they get to let her write the music.
It'd be like a bunch of Crips
whether it's your type of music or not, Rihanna has the money to prove that she's talented enough that a lot of people see it. So if you made a musical based on what she did and what she does, it could work.
Yeah. Why do they have? I don't get it. And then like the girl, the female, not the actor who plays, well, she is female, Snow White,
Rachel Zellweger.
Yeah, she's like, oh, in 1937 when they did this, it's like, no, it's a different story now. She's a leader, she's a warrior, she's a future queen, and I'm like, no, she's not. She's a damsel in distress. It's a grim fairy tale. You're fucking up the story more than Disney did the first time in 1938.
Right.
You don't understand the history, first of all. Like, you're a moron. So if you don't know the story of Snow White from the original Grimm fairy tale and going from the quote-unquote original story from 1937, which is not an original story, then you have no room to talk. She wanted to make herself sound smarter than she was. And I'm just like, bitch, you don't know nothing about the Grimm's fairy tales. You need to shut the fuck up.
So the thing with
go
this,
to school, learn something.
The thing with this that just what aggravates me about this is This was Walt's
Gay.
legacy.
Gay?
The Snow White story.
Racist.
He
Got to
put
change it to snow
everything
yellow.
into it to the point of if it did not succeed, Disney was going to go
Just got that
bankrupt.
snow yellow. Oh my god.
Fucking
snow yellow is like it.
It's like, just that's what aggravates me to no end about it is they are changing all of this, and it is like
don't eat the yellow snow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make a serious point on all you guys are doing is trash.
Go ahead. Try to, a serious point on our live. Come on. Go ahead.
I'll shut up.
I'm trying to talk here. Yes, I told you this.
Yeah, and your wife interrupts you. See, and it works.
She's over here geeking out. So the
Because
point
she's
I'm trying
creating
to make,
a character. Like,
yes, I know.
Is that Diablo?
I give up.
You missed this.
We good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Waiting for your serious topic. Is it coming?
I'll tried like 4 times, so
we didn't interrupt you that time.
Anyways, Snow White was like the, how do you say, pinnacle of Walt Disney. Like it was like the capstone. It was Walt's biggest project. If it failed, Disney was going to collapse at that time in that era. So that's what bothers the hell out of me about them changing everything about Snow White. It's like you're going to take what probably should have been your very first live action film version of your Disney princesses, and you're just going to shit all over everything that it was. Just like that.
Yeah.
It aggravates me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have people in there that don't appreciate the history.
No.
And where it actually came from and how definitely close, like you said so well, of them failing because Fleischer had all the money at the Fleischer brothers, Popeye, Coco the Clown. If you guys don't know who those characters are, go ahead and look them up. Betty Boop. I think everybody would know who Betty Boop is.
Popeye the Sailor Man lived in a garbage can.
Disney didn't have any copyrighted material. He did all the voices. He did all. He had to like. He was like pulling people off the streets to act for him. He actually was the actual voice of Mickey Mouse in the beginning. It was like very shoestring. So when he did this and he invested all the money and all that stuff in there, like it was a big risk. Hiro's right. So I mean, it feels like they're shitting on that history. And it, as someone, a student of animation myself, I take great umbrage to that. There's a big word of the stream for us, and I get to use it. The over under would have went to anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. We're gonna do Blacklight Oni and the Three Dorks.
Yeah, that worked. That would be amazing.
Bold of you to assume that she's not one of the dorks.
No, like it's like, let's go, you big fucking idiots!
Right?
And we're like sitting
That
there, we're
is
just like
something
walking.
she would say. Yeah.
Let's
Y'all
go.
quit telling dick jokes and come on.
All right, get it out of your system. That's what she's gonna say.
Anyways, I'm good here, guys. Oni, Soda, Chieftain.
I still
I'm
thought
good.
cooking numbers was a violation, isn't it? Like from like an FCC
What
violation.
they're doing,
Borderline
is-
racketeering.
what they're
laundering.
doing is not technically illegal. However, lying to the investors is.
Yeah, that's a yeah. I don't, okay.
Because all they're doing is they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, as some people put it, but they're moving money from budgets from things like Guardians of the Galaxy to give it to Disney Plus to make it look like it's earning money, is what they're doing.
Man, that was a long movie. Volume 3.
Anyways, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, don't forget to check us out on TikTok. That's laggin_out, laggin_out. There is a new video each and every day. So check us out there. It's laggin_out, not lagging out. That's some dude that's like 80 years old that took that. I can't get it from him, but
damn
asshole. Anyways, I'm not mad. But next up, this will make you happy. You will enjoy the monotone of Soda Six Pack.
Whoa, dude.
What an idiot. Fucking tripping. What an idiot. It's true. All right, guys. So I don't know if you guys know I'm a big Saints Row fan today, but Saints Row is no more. So basically they didn't even get told. It came out on LinkedIn. Like, yeah, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna miss it. I've been playing that
I
game
would
for like
too.
20 fucking years. So did you go to the next slide?
Sure.
How's this?
So this was
reeks of
released.
PR.
Yeah, this was released. So they were supposedly, cut off by the Embracer Group, who I guess owns them.
Yes.
And like I said, they didn't even give them the phone call. They just fucking put it on LinkedIn. Like, we are no longer, supporting relations, future and But this kind of goes back to Hiro was talking about the game early, Agents of Mayhem, which he thought was a spinoff. It was actually not a spinoff. It was a standalone game that did complete shit. And of course, we all know Saints Row 2 was buggy as shit, and they wouldn't even hire Chief to fix the thing. So it's like, I'm sad. Apparently,
as far back as Saints Row 2, they refused him that long. Man, they really fucked up.
So
they can't recognize genius.
DLC, I believe, all up until last month. And since that's gone, they basically came out and said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So, so I'm kind of sad, but then again, the last game, I don't think a lot of people gave it a chance because it came out so buggy. And as you know, nowadays we've talked about this a fucking bazillion times with games coming out not fucking working or buggy or we want shit that works. So this was news to me. I know Oni had brought it up, but I happened to just scroll over it. I'm like, no, you gotta be kidding me. So we will not see any more Saints Row unless I guess somebody picks up the studio, because as of now they literally said our doors are closed. I'm guessing, effective immediately. They're closing. So unless you guys want to start a GoFundMe and we'll buy them out or something and actually make the game great again. Make video games great again.
Make gaming great again.
So, and I am kind of sad because I love the first Saints Row, probably one of the best games ever. So, and of course they were more hardcore, and then they kind of went more of the, I won't say cartoonish, but they were competing with Grand Theft Auto, and they were like, well, they had their dildo guns and all that stuff. So, it was fun, it was a fun game, and it's sad to see. And I don't know how many of you guys out there are fans of Saints Row, but
I will attest to being personally a big fan of Saints Row. I was very turned off by the T-posing bosses in that reboot that they did. I couldn't. When I saw that, I was like, nope. I was already on the fence about it because, seeing that they were dialing back the themes that they gone heavily into for 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that they were just dialing that back, and I was like, you're taking away what made Saints Row Saints Row.
Exactly.
When I saw that was like, all right, I might not be getting this. And then I saw the buggy mess that it was, and I was like, nope, you're dead to me.
I have the game, and I was going to go back and play it when they fixed it, but let's see if Oni got the fun I put there. Only got the fun. Another game.
No.
They got a
Wait,
dancing
what?
gun. There's a dancing gun, and it says another one bites the dust.
Oh, I only know of the dubstep gun.
Yeah, that's the dubstep gun.
Another one bites the dust might be a little
before their
that's
time.
old for us. That's like
It's iconic though. Everybody still knows that song. Don't
Another
insult
one
her.
bites the dust.
Who's going to say Queen is old? What the fuck is wrong with you?
It is old.
I did
It's
that just for
good.
you,
Doesn't
though.
mean because something's old doesn't mean it's not good. Just saying it's
No shit, I drive an old vehicle, but how is Queen old?
well, the guy died of AIDS in the 80s.
Yeah.
The 80s weren't that long ago.
For us.
40 years.
40 years ago.
40.
We're old. Except you.
We're old. The song is ageless. I understand what you're saying.
I figured you
Considered
like
like
that.
the greatest frontman ever.
Yep.
So there is a
I would
lot
agree.
more information on this, but like I said, hopefully something gets picked
So-
up or something, but it's just sad. 30 years for you guys who didn't know how long they've been around. 30 years. So
Wow.
that's
It-
kind
it-
of
the thing is Volition. Yeah, you're right. Volition was around in what was it, 94?
First Saints Row. Yeah.
And
So I
and
graduated high
honestly,
school.
well, there's a lot going on at Embracer Group. Embracer Group made a lot of deals, made
Correct.
a lot of buys, grabbed a lot of IP, and they're starting to strike me as kind of a they look like they're taking plays out of Bob Iger's playbook. Next,
Oh,
you're going
no.
to hear them making a purchase like, Bob Iger did for Fox for $70 billion.
Right.
Which, what did they get from that? Different topic. Sorry, guys.
No.
Very good correction there. Look at him course correct, Hiro.
Wow.
Good job.
And they have the what?
Well, that is a problem, though. A lot of this
They
shit is
have
linked
the
to other
legacy-
shit
Sorry.
that's linked. I was just gonna say you're not wrong because a lot of shit is linked to other shit that's linked to other shit, and we don't know where it stops or where it starts anymore. So
They
There's more
have
connections.
the IP ownership of Legacy of Kain. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited when I heard Embracer Group had Legacy of Kain in their pocket. I wanted them to give it new life, but now I'm afraid of what the results would be. This
Yeah,
is gonna
right.
look like some Pet Cemetery shit or something.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, I
that
think it's
reference.
because they're waiting too long to do anything. They were waiting for. They were hoping to make a $2 billion deal, I think, with Saudi Arabia for reasons. And because that deal fell through, they started having to cut some of the groups that they had, and Volition was one of them, probably because the last Saints Row game didn't do well. But the thing is that what they should have done was started actually working with the IPs that they own. Instead of hoping to get the money now, they should have started working on things.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Now, this is something that maybe Soda knew. I wonder if he knew. God, I can't talk today. They dropped $100 million into the production of Saints Row, the reboot.
yeah.
That's
What a waste
lot
of money.
Well, like I
That's
said,
a
if they would have
lot of
hired
money.
again, I still say they went out and hired incompetent fucking people like Joe. I mean, gee, like
Oh.
they need to hire people that know what the fuck they're doing instead of hiring these kids that don't know what they're doing.
And give a shit.
Yeah, yeah, they got to be passionate. That's the one thing.
Yeah. I got so insulted when I was getting interviewed one time and they said, do you still have the hunger for that? And I'm like, I'm the oldest one in the room, and it was a pretty ageist comment. And I'm like, I was like, why would I be here if I didn't like what I was doing for a living? Like, and I didn't say it like that. I'm like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I? I mean, that's like almost like a silly question. And
no, that is fucking insulting.
It is. And like, what do you do when you have six people in front of you, Oni, and you have to like answer that? And if you say something wrong, I already fucked up the interview anyway because I kept on interrupting them. But yeah, go ahead, Oni.
I just can't.
There's a big company in Orlando.
I just, if someone were to go, oh, do you still have the hunger for this? Or blah, blah, blah. Like, you're questioning my drive to sit in this chair to put up with stupid questions from you. I understand that you're determining who stays on this team, but I think your motivations are a little messed up. You might want to actually rethink what actually matters, because right now, where your company's going, clearly it's not working. If I don't care, I don't show up.
Right.
If I don't care, I don't show up. And you know what being a professional is? Being a professional is working on things and putting in the best that you can, even if you don't really like what you're doing. You care about the job, you care about the quality, you care about the people who walk in that building. But maybe that particular project just isn't your cup of tea. Guess what? You're still working on it, and it's not just your name on that project. That reflects on everybody. You owe it to them, and if nothing else, you owe it to your craft, and you owe it to yourself to do the best you can on that project. And if you're going to question my fucking loyalty after everything I've done, we're going to have a fucking problem. I like to think of it this way. My loyalty is not cheap. Yes, you're looking for someone to fill a position. But you need to earn my loyalty. You better give me a fucking reason to walk in this building, because I will not work for people of low character. I will not work for people of poor standards. Personally, professionally, you better be good, solid human beings before I consider working alongside you. And you better keep fucking earning that, because I'll keep earning it with you. But you better show up too.
Just a little
bit. And I'm not seeing that in these companies.
No, and that's why, like, when we were talking about before how we give each other shit, but when it comes to someone else in your circle giving people shit, there's an example of what Oni did there. She's like, I would be so fucking insulted. She was mad for me. So
I got something for that too. Like, somebody actually said something ageist like that to you, and all I can think is there's this dude that works on my team currently right now. He is 72 years old.
Wow.
And he is still kicking the shit with some 20-somethings in my office.
Yeah, it's not about the age, it's about
nice.
Yeah.
He's also a salty old sailor and quite an asshole, but it kind of comes with the territory of both age and branch he was in.
Right.
Yeah, it's really weird how, for some reason, and I will say, some of it does seem to be my age group, if social media is to be believed, and that is a huge if.
Huge.
Is you have to be successful when you're young, and when you're old, you're washed up and you're used up. Even though those older generations are the very ones teaching you, training you, can show you things that you didn't fucking know. Guess what? You can always learn from somebody. You can learn from someone who's more junior to you, who's younger than you, who's older than you, who's more senior to you, who doesn't even work in the same job as you. You can always learn. Some of my coworkers, I am so glad they have a lot of patience, are trying to teach me a little bit of Spanish.
No me gusta.
Language is hard.
Going slowly. But they're teaching me something. And I help them out whenever I can, because they feed me. They sometimes bring in homemade food, like someone made homemade tamales.
Oh,
so good.
My heart.
In the
fucking
tinfoil,
good.
right? Tinfoil, right? In the like a tin.
Oh no,
they were-
this was in the corn husk. She brought it in. I think it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
a plate, but may have
Okay.
been transported in an aluminum foil. But these were
Yep.
still piping hot.
I'm gonna be
These
right
were
there. Hold on. I'll see you in a minute.
fresh.
Yeah.
And so good. But that's because they trust me and I trust them.
Right.
We're all working together. We may not work in the same position or the same job, but as a whole, we're on the same team. And we should care about the product that we put out there because it represents each other. It's our name out there.
Right.
But some of these companies, for whatever reason, they're trying to be all hip and cool. They should be having respect for themselves first. If you walk the walk, it'll show it.
Right, exactly. And like Soto and I work in the same place, and we have a coworker, and they always tell us is like, yeah, everyone talks down to me, but you guys. You guys talk to me as a person, and then like Soto and I is like, isn't that what you're supposed to do with people? She's like, yeah, but no one does that. So I'm like, I'm keeping their name out of it, but it's treat others like they want to be treated, not like how you want to be treated. It's just a golden rule thing. It's like a mutual respect. I don't care if someone's a junior or a senior. Like you said, everyone's going to learn from people as long as you keep an open mind. If they can help me do my job better, faster, quicker, quality, whatever, I'm going to listen. I'm like, shit, Soda, how did you do that? And I've done that to someone, like, show me that right now. And he's like, okay. And Soda's actually done that to me. Like, I'm like
several
working
times,
on After Effects. He's like, wait, how the fuck he's like, wait, go back 4 steps. What did you just do there?
Yeah.
And he's got a master's, I have a master's, but we have different superpowers. And we understand that, like, oh, that's awesome. Let me see that. We don't care. We have nothing to prove anymore. Nothing to prove. I've hit all my life goals before I was 40. The only thing I didn't do was get an Academy Award. I hit everything. I hit the Disney. I wanted to work for Disney. I worked for Disney. I worked for EA Sports. I had to work. I worked on a feature film. I worked on video games. I worked on video games. I worked on TV shows, History Channel. I did everything I wanted before 40. But what do you do after that? I have nothing.
Yeah,
to
you
prove
have
to
to always have goals.
Yeah, right. Like the only thing
Always
I haven't
have
hit yet
goals.
is that Academy Award. That's my next goal, and making this a multi-billion-dollar company and buying Disney.
Right.
So,
well, let's just speak
But
that
if
into
Apple
being.
doesn't do it first.
Right?
Well, by the
Go
time
ahead.
Apple gets to it, it might not be anything but a husk.
Right. I like what you did there. And if you like our content, guys, please tell your friends and tell your enemies too, because we like making enemies too and making them feel like shit.
You know what's
We haven't
funny, Chieftain, about
What's that,
this
sir?
slide?
What's up?
I was getting breakfast outside of the hotel one day.
What's that?
And I was wearing my lagging out shirt.
Oh, you brought to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I get in there and this guy just randomly asked me, because I guess he saw the back of the shirt. He's like, do you play video games? Do you stream? What's going on there? And I'm like, well, yeah. And that's next thing I know, he's writing down our stream link.
That's cool.
I'm
That's
like,
what it's there for.
Okay then.
You might learn something or might have a belly laugh. So yeah, that's cool.
You share different stories that are like that every now and again, and I just couldn't help but say, all right, it's my turn.
Like I get the parody shirts do a lot of stuff too, but that's also like the Call of Duty ones. He's like, oh, it's like you play Call of Duty. I go read it closer. Oh shit, that shit's funny. Where'd you get that? I make shirts. Where? Okay, you have your phone. Here, click, boink. There you go. Yeah, that's why I my whole wardrobe is like that, but it's pretty cool. We've been on 3 different continents, a couple of islands, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That's an awesome story. That's funny. Was it the American Gamer t-shirt?
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
that's the only one that's still good. The other one, well, the the emblem rubbed off.
Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, Chieftain spelt my name wrong. Would you use aluminum foil to cook them, to grind the corn kernel into a flour, turn the flour to dough, to place it on the
Telling you how to
dried-
make tamales.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, okay. Corn dough, corn dough, wrap and corn. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I can't eat those because they'll tear my ass apart. So I can't eat them too often.
Wheat.
Yeah, well, I put spicy. I like spicy things, so
Spicy things don't like you.
yeah.
Oh, it's not that
like,
spicy.
Depends on who makes them.
Oh, that's true. They're not that spicy. With the what they have? Do they have refried beans in them?
You put ketchup on them anyway.
No.
Okay, then I'm good. You don't put ketchup on them or microwave your fucking cereal, you heathen.
I put ketchup on tamale.
Yeah, that's because you're white. You're a white boy that, like, in Texas, you put ketchup on.
Hold up.
spaghetti.
Hold on now. As one of the 3 white people on this panel, I take exception to that.
That's funny.
Although sometimes people say that I don't count as white. But that's
You have a Japanese name. You have a Japanese gamer tag. Hiro isn't a Japanese gamer tag.
Yeah.
Anime inspired, but yes.
Oh, anime inspired. So it's Japanese adjacent. So, well, then if we're going by that, like, Soda is a digital person, and I'm Chieftain, so I guess I'm
How
Native American
dare
adjacent.
you misgender me?
Oh wow, because Vikings didn't have chieftains, right?
Not where my name derives from. My name derives from a different area of the world.
Seminole tribes. Yes, I'm
Wow,
aware.
you got a Hispanic mofo chewing your ass out, Soda.
Ron
Yeah, I know.
Konkama.
But it's just
actually,
go. He doesn't irrelevant.
There was in Long Island, the Northeast, on Long Island, there were Native Americans there. That's where I get it from, very specifically. It's actually where lacrosse was actually invented.
Whoa!
A Native American sport.
I've heard that the Cherokee band of Native Americans also had a version of lacrosse.
They might have.
So I'm wondering. Well, that's the thing. Like, I know they did. That's not a might have. I know they did.
I know.
So
in
I don't
Long
know
Island,
if maybe.
Go ahead.
I don't know if maybe it was just a lot of trade going on, because I mean, very, very likely. Because I mean, the types of woods available, because at that time the forests were so lush.
Vast, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was more of maybe a powwow happened, and they're like, "Hey, this is a really good idea.
Mm-hmm. There were
This is
different
really fun. We can beat the crap out of each other, and train and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Great."
They were all nations. So when there were a bunch of Native American tribes that would meet together, all the chiefs would meet together, and they would elect a leader, and that leader was called the chief of chiefs, which is called a sachem, which was my high school, where my name comes from. So I was going to call myself Sachem, but people never see that word and say it right. It's S-A-C-H-E-M. They would call me Sack. Hey, Sack.
Yeah, Paul Sack.
So I'm like, I'll change it to Chieftain because people are stupid. So,
whoa, dude.
So
Nuts.
They can call me Nuts. My name is Nuts.
What the fuck?
Here's my clip.
Sweet.
They call me Nuts. D's Nuts.
Yeah, nuts.
We're gonna have the Blacklight Oni D's Nuts cans, and I'm gonna sell them on the Lag and Out store.
Yep.
Oh God.
The D's Nuts, and it's gonna have her face like saying nuts, like nuts. It'd be awesome.
That'd be a great picture to get. I know what you're talking about, but my God, you cannot imitate it.
I can't do it. There is a new T-shirt that's going through. It's called "Orange is the New Black," and it has Donald Trump's face on it, and that's going to be on our.
Is it the mugshot?
Yeah, it's the mugshot. I made it last night, so I'm waiting for.
Oh my God, you're talking about that?
Yeah, I put that on. it's because somebody on TikTok, I was on political TikTok, and I said like, oh, I want to put that. It's like, if you put that on a T-shirt, I know 1,000 people that'll buy it. So I made it and I sent him the link. So I made it last night just on a whim, and it's like what I did was I took the mug shot and I made it a high contrast and I made him orange.
Yeah.
And then I took the orange as the new black logo and I put it on the top and the bottom so it looks like the TV show.
Yeah.
And then I threw it on the store because it doesn't matter if you're like for or against, it's still fucking funny. So I just threw it on there. So you guys want to check that out. It should be, but we do have the I Am Not a Criminal t-shirt every time. What's that?
I don't know if it was my end or your end, but holy shit, it got really buggy for a second.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Porn. No, your dad go watch porn.
Stop watching porn.
There you go.
Okay.
So you're talking about the orange is the new black shirt. I gotta throw this out there. Today,
check us our t-shirts out there here, guys.
Yeah, I saw somebody made a rap song about Trump bailing out of jail or whatever, and they used AI to replicate his voice so it sounds like Trump rapping.
Oh no.
And it is already number 2 on the iTunes store.
Until they pull it off.
Right.
It's hilarious.
They're pulling someone's charges out of in Georgia because the judge pulled it from the DA, said it was like, you can't charge them with this. This is a federal crime. And they're throwing some of them out or something. It's funny.
You throw all of them out. Retard.
I
mean, sorry.
They're doing the absolute worst thing they could do. It's the Streisand effect. They
made $7 million on
his.
Yeah.
He made $20 million over the month of August.
I see this
for his
happening.
Campaign fund.
I see this as a literal Nelson Mandela moment. Like they threw Nelson Mandela in jail for like apartheid crimes in South Africa and then became president. They literally did this. Woodrow Wilson actually did this with over 1,000 people of his political enemies, threw them in jail before an election. This is what's happening now. So, but I mean, that's a conversation I'm going to have on my TikTok at ChieftainXI. If you guys ever want to follow me there and you want to do politics, I don't do them here, but I do them on TikTok on my own private time. It's not a lagging out flag thing. So just so you guys know, I'm pretty good on there. They're like, oh, you waited for everyone to talk. I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Like I jump in, there's like 8 people in there. They're like, oh, you're very patient. I'm like, yeah, I had to learn to be patient because I had a really bad habit of talking over people.
No.
I made like a few bucks on someone else's live just by sitting in there and like citing history. It was crazy. But anyways, here is the tough trivia question. I'm going to have Soda do them from now on because they're hard.
What an idiot. What an idiot.
Okay, who is, if you guys don't remember, who is known for kicking it? Oh, this is not.
That is the wrong slide. We forgot to delete that one.
All right.
No, it's
so
the right slide. I forgot to change the question.
All right. When was the first video game ever created? That was the first question.
Yeah.
Right. So is it A, 1975, B, 1958, or C, 1962?
Let me go all the way back.
19.
The poll, how do you find the poll? Like, the poll is gone. Where's the poll? I can't see the results.
Asking a stripper.
I was to say, if you don't know where the poll is by now.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm in love. I was thinking if we ever get Whittle Bears on and she comes in, I want to play the I'm in love with the stripper when she comes on.
Wow.
She had like sing it like T-Pain and shit, and Mike Jones.
So, Mariner, just to clarify, the question we forgot to update this particular slide, but the question is actually, when is the first video game believed to have been created?
Welcome, Mariner. I love that. I love that O'Neill. 'Tis a cultured question. I want to almost hear you say that like in a fancy voice. 'Tis a cultured
question.
There we go.
Could I have thrown an accent on there? Yes. Do I feel like it? No.
No, I think that was good enough. All right, C. So far, a lot of people are saying C. I think it's 62 because I know 75 is way too late. Mojo saying hello to Deep Dive Gaming. Did FedEx give you your shot?
I meant shit. Basically, Deep Dive was Mariner was waiting for something, and they
Oh.
drove by his house. They didn't give him his stuff, so needless to say, he had some phone calls to make.
That's funny.
First video game was created by me. I changed a channel on the TV while my brother was watching. Great fun. Oh my god. Okay, the answer.
Dun, dun, dun.
1958.
And no, I wasn't alive then.
No, neither was I.
I was alive during A.
So yeah, 1958. I think it was military surplus equipment it was created on.
That does not surprise me.
Actually, one of the places that helped create the very first video game was my dad's alma mater, New York Institute of Technology. It was the first place, one of the first places to create computer animation. So
it was a William Higginbotham created what was thought the very first game. It was a very simple tennis game.
Yeah.
Was it like a variation of Pong?
Similar to their
Pong.
classic video game Pong.
Yeah. Correct, sir.
Craziness. I would have never guessed 19, but I would have been 62 around there, 70 with Pong. Because I actually played Pong. That's how old I am.
They actually had things back then as far as the very first almost VR goggles too. They are even
ColecoVision.
It was 1960.
He was a physicist. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, let's see. Army surplus. If you guys are new, we are lagging out live. I am Chieftain. To my right in hell is Blacklight Oni. Right below her is the only host that runs at 60 frames a second, Soda Pop, and to his immediate left is Hiro, the IT guy. Metal. He is so metal, he's got gamer tattoos. That's how hardcore he is.
Yes.
Show him the Zelda. Yeah, look at that. What a fucking badass. He's like, I have Zelda and guns. Don't fuck with me. So
I can guarantee I know how to use at least one of those types of weapons.
yeah. But does he know the up, down, down, B, A, select, start, 99
up,
guys
down,
from
down,
Contra?
left, right, select.
Say he messed up.
Not select. It's up, down, left, right.
Right,
left,
BA
right,
start.
Yeah.
BA. Select start for 2-player.
No. Up,
Yeah,
down,
for
left,
2
right,
players.
BA start.
It's
And if
select
you
start
like-
for 2-player.
Or ABBA, ABBA, ABBA.
And if you guys think we're funny or entertaining, or you like my big boobs, you can hit follow.
Or my chippy tits.
Your chippy tit. Well, that I don't know, what was that chick with the like? She had like the tattoos, like the botany on her face, and then like, what was her name? Oddball something, like crazy. Like you said, you looked her up like 6 months ago, and she was like half her size.
That chick.
The Twitch is crazy on their front page now. It's like OnlyFans up there now.
You're right.
It's ridiculous. So, but anyways, make sure you check us out. We're trying to get to 600. We should be at like 60,000, but
right.
They don't like talented groups of people. They like shitty people on the front page.
The
But
game
anyways,
is flooded nowadays, so
yeah, we got to figure out a way. Anyway, this is the last time we're doing this segment. It is the weight loss Fat Jedi Challenge.
I call lies because we both said we were going to keep doing it.
This is the last segment. We can do it on our own. We're not just going to record it every week. I'm going to keep doing it,
I see no reason not to. Just saying.
I'm just saying it might be boring for everybody. No.
What? Dominguez
Apparently
at home
people
run. He's
care.
like that bat.
All right. So last week or a couple of weeks ago,
I don't remember what I was at that point, but I don't think it was that. But I don't care.
Yeah, this was a few weeks back. So I'm at 210, and now this week it's going to be he lost 4 more pounds, and I gained 2. I changed my my workout routine from a cardio to weight training again, so I put on 2 pounds.
So remember what I said before I left for my trip?
Yeah.
That I was switching to a weightlifting routine.
Yeah.
I told you, you're going to start with a little bit of a ramp up before you drop.
Yeah. I changed it to my personal trainer. My personal trainer, well, not a trainer, not my personal trainer, but
wow.
She said do 5-minute warm up, weight train, and then 5-minute warm down. And I'm like sweating like a pig, dude. I'm like my workouts are a lot better. Thank you, Oni.
Yep, and thank you, Gazoo. I'm telling you, keep following the advice.
Wow.
Off Verlander.
The Martian hit a home run, huh? Wow. Okay.
Dominguez, yeah. On Verlander.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna go up and down. I want to get to like 195. That's my ultimate goal. But we still lost weight from where we were before, so which is good. You lost what? 12 pounds? Is that right?
Yeah,
14?
that looks a little bit. Yeah.
12. I can't do math.
Pineapples.
8 minus 6 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 12. Okay, you might 12 pounds. You lost 12 pounds.
Now, if we really want to go from the grand total I was at, shortly after I got out of the Army, I blew up like a balloon. I was like 280.
Oh, were you?
Probably right up until
3 months.
Probably right around right up to around the time that I actually met Oni in person the first time. I was 280. I was a big boy.
I'm not big. I'm big boned.
I'm not big. I'm big boned. Give me a fucking cheeseburger and an enchilada
with ketchup.
Go heat up your Cheerios in the microwave.
I might do that tonight.
Ugh. Put some ketchup on it.
No, that's a no-no.
So there is a bridge he will not cross.
That would be just.
There's a limit.
But you need to add fruit.
Oh,
true.
Tomato. Add cucumbers.
No,
let's kill this.
I don't like cucumbers anyway.
That's how we're gonna lose the other 6 pounds. I'm 240, but I'm also 6'4".
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not necessarily a bad
No.
weight for you at 6'4".
It's like Bray Wyatt, man. He's fucking huge. He's like a solid guy. This guy's like a linebacker.
I'm telling you, Dive, it's not that bad, Mariner.
Just
make sure you put some sugar on there too, so that kind of gets all mixed in with the sogginess. Yeah.
Soda is not the epitome of health. He eats his dinner at 2 in the fucking morning. Well, where your metabolism is at its slowest. It's amazing you're not 300 pounds.
That also depends on what his
with
rest
milk.
cycle is.
That's
if
true.
If he is normally awake at that time and his sleep cycle happens to be during the daylight hours, his metabolism is not going to match what ours would be.
Ugh.
Well, I usually go to bed at 4, and I'm lucky if I get to sleep till 10.
He's in the meetings. He's like, on that year, he's like, "Yep, I'm here," and he sounds like he's got like 3 hours of sleep.
That night, I don't think I got any sleep because Badger just went home, and it was just not easy to sleep. So,
aw, you missed Badger.
Yeah, sadly. Hope she's not listening. I missed her giving me, 6 inches of a king size bed.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
Shut up, fuck you too. What the?
Tread very carefully.
I'm about to say somebody wants me to die.
No, it wouldn't be you.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I was like, I'm glad you clarified that when you did.
It's only a bottom pillow. I sleep in a chair, so sleeping in a bed's hard enough as it is. Why I don't know. It's just fucking weird. Maybe because I'm used
Ghost,
to it.
why are you so strange, dude?
We need to get a soda body pillow at Badger's face.
They're pretty easy to make nowadays. But I don't have any room for it. Like I said, I sleep in a lazy boy. So.
Yeah, it's the Napper Crapper 3000. It has a fridge on the bottom, and it also has lining for a toilet.
That's
so
true.
He never has to get up. It's made by Techni Sport.
About 8 years old. About time to replace it. Kind of smelling.
It's got a bidet in it. If you like us on Twitch, you'll love us on Kick because there's only 14 followers on Kick. But you can go check us out at lagged_out, no underscore. We actually got the right one for that one.
Yeah.
So you can be sure to check us out there when it works. True, when it works. Well, if you stop breaking it, Mariner, God, stop breaking the stream. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's worked all night tonight.
Yeah, Streamlabs is more the problem than Kick.
Yeah, that's probably it. I don't understand that comment. What does weebo connotation mean, Oni?
Weeaboo. It's people. It's the name given to blessed to whatever given to people who are overly obsessed with not just anime culture but Japanese culture.
Oh, okay. I need like
the stereotype is very negative.
Oh.
Yeah, because they only like certain aspects of it, not the entirety of the culture of why things are the way they are. The things like weeaboos tend to, in a way, fetishize Japanese culture or anime and manga. So it's not really a good thing because a lot of them, unfortunately, have, let's just say, selfish habits. I can understand not being self-aware is a process. I get it. But they don't always treat other people very well. And they have some of them have a very difficult time differentiating reality and, their fandoms. So
I find
there can be a lot of bleed.
I find your perspective of weeaboo culture odd because I've met very few people that even come close to that description. Now I know they exist. I've seen many of people that are like that over the years across the internet. But the large majority of people that would call themselves weeaboos or weeb for short are no different than you or I.
Well, that's the thing, though. I feel like if you call yourself a weeaboo, it's one thing. When people tell you you're a weeaboo, but then you say, I'm not a weeaboo, I just really respect the culture, there could be a dissonance. And again, it could be generational. It definitely depends on the fandoms. Certain fandoms wind up drawing different types.
I mean, that's definitely true, but
so I'm not saying you're wrong, but given the circles I've seen, I haven't encountered very many because I tend to not encounter people. Who'd have thought? It could be generational, could be fandom based. It also could be regional. There could be a lot of reasons why, but unfortunately, some of the ones you hear about are the ones that definitely put the bad name right on the map for everyone to see.
Yeah, there is that. I've personally been called a weeb a number of times over the years, and my reaction was very much that I just respect the Japanese culture. But then again, I also lived there for about 7 years of my life.
70?
Now, don't try to put me up there with soda.
Whoa, dude.
He's like a Jedi. He's like one of them older Jedis that ages slower.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I just found, I don't know, I just hadn't exactly seen what you described as often over the years. I guess that's why I questioned it, because I was like, wow, to have a very, very negative perspective of it. I wonder what your experience is.
Well, because weeaboo seems to have been the next evolution from otaku. Otaku was not a positive connotation when I was growing up, because it basically meant you were a huge, because you were a huge fanatic without an understanding of what makes things that way. So it's like, oh, I'm going to study the blade and katana or the ultimate weapon. There's no such thing as an ultimate weapon. And having self-discipline over a tool is important, but that sense of discipline, especially in a culture like Japan, goes to everything. Discipline of yourself, discipline of your mind, discipline of your emotional state, your habits, everything. It's almost an obsession. So it could be just cultural things, could be generational.
True.
That just there's another surprise. Anyways, yeah.
Yeet.
Hi guys, welcome to our cultural talk.
Welcome to our TED Talk.
Yeah, most of us don't have a clue what they're fucking talking about. I'll never get all that terminology, so I can try.
Yeah.
Lolicon, weeaboo.
Ghost just called me out on that. I was on Instagram. I'm not going to say anything if they're having that conversation. We're at the end now, so.
Man, you need to tell me about that, because I'm actually thinking about trying it. So.
He's trying to let you know about it, but he can't, because apparently his fucking delivery guy was an asshole that stole it.
Oh, you didn't digitally download. Okay.
No, man, physical copies. Physical fucking copies.
I don't have anything I don't have a CD player. Fuck am I gonna install
Mariner,
it?
may I? Mariner, may I explain a little bit about what's going on with that? Because, okay, so he pre-ordered basically like the creme de la creme box editions and all that. He wanted it all. Okay, he pulled Queen. He wanted it all. And so he was supposed to receive a digital code from GameStop. They said they would email him when they were going to ship his package and get the digital code out.
Package.
They did not do either of those.
Go figure.
So he didn't get his. He didn't get. There were people already playing it days ago.
Oh yeah, last night.
He didn't get his stream key till like today. And it wasn't through the original purchase he made.
He wants it.
Someone gifted him a code to use.
Wow.
But he still doesn't have the physical copy that he pre-ordered and spent the extra money on. And even when he did, that was supposed to come with an early access stream or a playing key, and he never got it.
That's a bunch of crap.
So, yeah, and then when FedEx decided to drop it off, but not actually drop it off, because it had his address, had everything correct, it just drove off. He tried calling, and they, I guess, just didn't deal with it. Still didn't give him the package. So
we've had that happen. They'll be like, nobody was home at the house. I'm like, yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Mariner got it. Mariner got it. Chieftain picked it up real well too. That was great timing, sir. Oh man.
I'm just laughing at the fact that, okay, so Magma sent me something, and if I have to suffer, you all have to suffer.
Oh.
There's a guy that we both follow because,
Every Thursday and
okay,
Friday.
that fucker better fucking deliver your game tomorrow. Well, anyways, so
I've got a Chris
there's a
Kyle
few we follow.
special.
He's funny. This guy's funny. And so he was mentioning how some people are really upset about Starfield. And, you know, we understand new games, going to be some growing pains, except the game's technically not even released yet. So the guy goes, oh, so what's one of the problems that you have? Well, you know, they're saying, like, you know, there's 1,000 worlds. And it's like, what's the problem with that? That's a lot of exploration. And they're like, well, you know, just, you know, we don't know how much interaction you can have. And then, oh, hang on. Here we go, Mariner. Here's the piece de resistance. We're upset because we won't be able to interact with certain types of planets. Namely, you cannot land on gas giants.
Oh, I heard about this shit.
I wish I was kidding. I wish I didn't know this information.
When I eat enchiladas, I become a gas planet.
So let's break this down. Different planets, depending on their formation, have different qualities. Some of them tend to be mostly ice. Some of them are mostly molten. Some of them have Earth-like features. Some of them are made of gas. What does that mean? That means they are not solid. So if you land on a not solid object, what happens? Well, you don't really land. You get sucked through the planet because it's made of gas and is held together by a lot of gravity, which would pull you through the planet, and you would be dead before you hit the center. Because remember, there's still going to be a lot of heat, going to be a lot of pressure. So if you're thinking of like the Ocean Gate submersible things, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at, except on the surface of a planet. So no shit, you're not going to be able to land on a gas giant. That is called reality.
It's in the word. Land. Land. Yes. Land.
So I hate that this is a real thing people are upset about. I wish I were kidding.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
I literally had to message Magma and go, please, for the sake of humanity, tell me this is a joke. Please tell me no one is saying this. And he said, given that people are real, they probably are. And I hate this.
Probably a 12-year-old who has nothing, like no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
I hope so.
Yeah, exactly.
But given the state of humanity, I don't know.
Well, you're right there. It's probably a Harvard college student.
Oh, good lord.
And he's probably majoring in astronomy.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, especially because then you can make the joke that he's a space cadet.
Definitely.
I'd go as far as to say a space case, but hey.
Yeah, it's out of this world.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about buying it, so I wanna know before I drop $100.
Gaseous delusions of grandeur.
Call me gaseous clay.
Do it. He says do it. No co-op, that's kind of, but I know most games made by that company don't have co-op.
Why are you still here?
Good question. I can't play with people anymore.
Mojo, come sit in one of our college classes and you'll say that for an hour straight.
Yeah. See who teaches more and not fall asleep in the class.
Depends on who I have in my class.
Yeah.
Like when Mia's in my class, like every she's joking and I'm joking, and when people just sit there do nothing, and I just want to fucking shoot myself.
Yeah.
Go. So, what is your favorite color? like that works. Like that's what they tell us in training. Well, mix it up and ask the student questions. I'll ask the student questions that relate to what we're talking about.
I usually ask them, "Are y'all fucking awake?" So,
well, you don't allow them to go. You don't put them on camera. You put them on camera, they're liable. That way, you can see if they're going away, they're feeding their baby, they're on the toilet, they're in the car. You can see where they are.
I don't want to know if they're feeding.
Not like that. I have a student that has like a 2-month-old, and
yes, I have one too.
Yeah, so, but you keep them on camera. That way you can see if they're looking away, and you go, "Hey."
But see, I throw them on the other screen. I don't even
over here and sit the fuck down.
I don't even look at that screen anyway. So.
Oh, see, I do. Like I have that screen. They're right next to each other. But anyways, no one wants to hear about that.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are Lagging Out Live. We are here Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till whenever we decide to leave.
Also Tuesdays and Thursdays if you come here to see one of our other hosts playing video games, if they're not breaking the stream.
Right.
True.
Well, if Streamlabs is not breaking their stream, make sure you check us out Tuesdays, Thursdays as well at 7:30. So on behalf of Black Light Oni,
Night.
Hiro the IT guy, and the only co-host that runs at 60 frames a second, Soda Pop, I'm Chieftain.
Hi, guys.
We're Lagging Out Live. We'll see you later. We're signing off and lagging out.
Show it. I'm lagging out.